days. Is that correct?
He marks it on his calendar, Quack. I've been to his house, and he has a specific calendar. He brought it in his suitcase all the way from Singapore, and he marks every day the Team Secret.
Today's the day it changes, though. I'm a Team Secret believer for today. I mean, we'll get into it when
give me that high five. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Guy. What a PRX.
But you know, you look at this. Okay, vibes are pretty good, but here's what I'm wondering. Okay, this is me speaking without any bias. Without any bias. They say that they've made changes, right? We saw that content timeout with Meow saying we have some role changes or anything or something. It's not working, and I feel worried because you see more players, you know, starting to flex around. You see other teams really adapting and really running with strategies that become their own. Team Secret, unfortunately, they still feel like they're playing the exact same game that they were 2023, 2022, or even 2021.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand where they're coming from in a way, but I do think flexibility is very important. I would like to see them innovate a little bit more, but I think when we watch their games, they've been so close, you know? They're managing to take maps, they're taking maps off Team 1.
Almost Team again!
So I can see why they're not desperate to make big sweeping changes, because they only need a few small tweaks, and then they can start to close out these games. But, you know, that's the story of this roster for me. It's so close, but so far.
Yeah, I think it can be a little bit hit or miss at times. What is this? What is
I'm
this?
gonna-
This is how...
Yes, ma'am. Okay na.
That is so sad.
Nakita ko na kaagad eh, kaya nakangiti lang ako.
I actually don't use the spice bucket. It's just the plain noodle.
Oh my god!
Hello guys,
What
kamusta?
do you do with the spice?
Hello Bernie, shoutout sa inyo. Hello po Yamire, kamusta nawan? Pinadala.
I'm
Ay,
hurting.
salamat
I'm hurting here.
guys.
Send it my way.
So,
Take that one,
another watch party with Yomi. Parang iba ka ngayon, te.
Send it down his way because he could use a lot more
Oh
spice.
my lord.
Iba ngayon si Ate.
I mean,
Gray hair lang, madam.
That says it all. The
Si
way
Jet.
I stand
Leo
up
Mio
is
pa rin to.
not looking good.
Ano yan?
I definitely
Ano
do
nga
not want to
cosplay
see him
tawag
play
dyan?
any more Waylay.
Yeah.
Cross,
Even though I
ano
have
yun?
seen a couple of games
Cross,
of Waylay
ano?
that have looked
Cross
promising
blend.
from other teams lately, and
Cross blend.
me a little bit
Ano ba
how
tawag
Nongshim
doon
have
yung
played
pag
in the past. I just don't think it's been working for
babaeng
them, so I
cosplay?
definitely want to see them stick to some more
Ay, si Jet,
comfortable
eto
agents
na.
for Danby because
Si Jeff
Habang
to, si
sila
Jeff.
level that he was
Teka,
in the
hapon pa
Ascension
sila
run, but
nagtatanong
it's
sa
at least
akin,
been a
kailan
serviceable
tayo
course when
magko-collab
he's
ulit?
not played Waylay.
Kasi ginagawang katatawan ng sarili ko, kaya gusto nilang madam ganun lagi.
You need to
Kaya
send
pala.
over spice packets, Morgan, over to
Oh,
Team.
ayun.
Andyan na naman si AJ. I-share nyo muna yung live para naman maganda-ganda yung bungad. Hanip naman kayo.
Yun, cross-dresser. Ay, please do share the live, guys.
Despite close maps, despite
Ano lasa mo?
May balita ko tayo, ano, ambassador ka na ng Team Secret, ah.
Siyempre, madam. Sabi ko naman sa'yo kung na perfect lang nila yung inner piece, panalo na talaga eh. Ngayon, tinuruan ko na.
Yeah, for once,
Ito
I don't
talaga.
know.
Kinuha na ako.
Guys, naka-jersey pa kami niyan, ah.
I mean,
Hindi kami
no,
prepared.
Naka-jersey na yan, guys.
lately.
Hindi rin kami nag-usap.
The Lulu is going all the way to the dulo. That's
Ayan.
that's end in Filipino. Anyway,
Oh, guys,
what's a really
sure
good
win na to.
matchup?
Kasi, guys, andito na yung perfect, perfect mental coach eh.
This doesn't exactly
Panalong-panalo na yung
mean
TS
one
dito.
team, but Team Secret, hey, they got
Perfect
a
mental
lot of momentum on
coach.
Pearl last time.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Enzo Salazar, nandito ka na naman ha.
At all, so I'm kind of like.
Ano na nga, ang comment
Yeah, I
section
don't
ko.
think it's been that bad. Do you think it's been bad?
Interesting.
Puno
I think
na
it's been
naman ng
very
ano,
hit or miss.
Lion Park.
O ba si Lexi?
They had a couple of pretty
Pre, gray hair na nga eh. Ibay mo naman. Hanip ka naman.
4-0 and even beating some of the best teams in
Collab
the league.
Ayan o, silver hair na yan o.
RRQ,
Puting-puti na yan.
They're beating on Pearl pretty consistently going back to kickoff, so I think
Michael
leaving this in the pool when
Louis,
other teams
Pansinin mo naman ako, shoe storm.
is an interesting choice from Secret.
Siyempre.
Ay, nga ganun ayun pre oh.
See how that works.
Hindi ako si Storm.
But I think Nongshim are going to be
Binibigyan niya ng ano eh.
they've got Pearl.
Ng sariling version yung kino-cosplay ko eh.
Map that Nongshim was picking previously.
Amaya kayo sa akin, yari kayo sa akin ng mga bugok kayo
A
ah.
lot of different comps on it. And then Lotus is a map that Nongshim is very
Share nyo yung live namin.
for a long time as well.
Share nyo.
So I think
Para
all
wala
three
iwas
of the
pektus.
maps in this video.
Para sure win na boys. Dali, share nyo na, share nyo. Putik, paano ba ako mag-share?
I really don't think
Teka, share
this
ko
is
lang
an
din
impossible veto for Team
Nakakalito
ako
Secret.
sa
Make that work.
I love it. I'm not alone. I'm not alone this time.
Pero Erwin King, pero boss, ayos naman.
For once. At least
Jason, nandito ka na naman ha.
Never mind. I'm just joking.
Dito ka na naman, Jason.
Really, really difficult
Okay.
match to actually.
Ayan na nga!
We're gonna
Si
find out
AJ, ano ba
what indeed
yan?
happens as we send it to the stage.
Huwag mong papansinin, Madam TJ, tsaka si Jessie. Kasi sure si Jessie lalabas yan, meme. Oh, ayan na, ayan na. Good luck, Team Secret, sabi ni Jessie. Sana magpakatao ka, magpakatotoo ka rin. Yung seryoso, sinusuportahan mo. Maya ako nadidirahin mo eh. Okay na guys, malapit na. Sure win na to. Pinaka best
Kaya?
mental support nandito na.
Kakolabo pala si Clarissa. Sino yun?
Madam, wag mo ba na-search kung sino naman yung Clarissa na yon? One time sinearch ko yun eh.
Sino yun, babe?
Hintik na yan eh.
Clarissa.
One time sinearch ko yun. Sakit talaga ulo ko. Oh guys, basta share nyo yung live namin. Tapos supportahan nyo Team Secret.
Uy, naaga.
Hashtag Team Secret, boys. Dali na.
Kasi tanong mo nga kay Leo. Ano ba yan? Yung comment nyo.
Sana sure win na Team Secret para makiskopis nyo mo. Kahit manalo kami, wala kang mapapala sa akin, Jessie. Hanggang mamaya na naman dito yan, Madam, sure.
Jessie, ikaw AJ Alam mo, kabisado ko na yung mga nang ano sa live.
Kabisado ko yan, Madam. Hindi na mawawala sa buhay ko yung mga yan.
Ayan. Guys, ano pa share nung live guys at supportahan natin guys yung Team Secret. So ito na guys, lalabas na sila. Okay.
Sana, boy. Last time kasi hindi nila na perfect eh. Ngayon, okay na.
Uy, kalaban nila nung team Korean, pre.
Oh guys, Korean na naman. Another Korean team na naman, syempre.
Longshin? No. Leo Miho skincare reveal. Paano yung
Huwag
ganyan mo?
basahin. Bareta nga lang, bareta. Tamang hilamos lang with bareta.
Eto na. Let's go.
Ito na guys, ito na.
Ascendant team seems to have run out of a bit of steam lately.
Okay guys, TS versus Nongshim guys mga Koreano na naman ng
Of the stage.
papatiklopin natin.
Nongshim's game isn't what it
Naturo ko na perfect ko na boys eh. Miho, napakagwapo mong lalaki. Thank you sa'yo, Adrian.
Nag-send na naman sila ng star. Si Jessie naman. Tingnan si AJ. Ngayon si Jessie.
Nako, kung basta pag binasa mo yan, madam, lintot na naman ang buhay ko dun. Pero kumisira ka ng mental health ko eh.
Pero hindi, mabait si Jessie. Sabi niya, apakasungit ang nasa taas na good luck Team Secret lang ako eh. Good luck Team Secret. Ah!
Bobola lang yan, madam.
Nabobola ka lang eh. Ayun na. Eto na, Team Secret. Let's go! Let's go, laban!
Ano ako, pogi no?
Oh, ginto na yung buhok ko.
Ako eh, mukhang kamukha ako, boy. Kevin Plaza, thank you sa star. Wala ka man sinabi, maganda na, mainam na yon. Iba kasi magsesend ng star. Punyatahin naman ako. Diba? Hindi, yun ang nagagawa kasi ng pera ngayon, guys eh. Kayang-kayang alipustahin yung tao.
Ay talaga.
Ata na, game na guys. Lock in, lock in, lock
Ay,
in.
shoutout sa mga nasa TikTok dyan. Hello po. Uy, Amara, thank you sa pag-share ng live. Salamat.
Shoutout sa mga viewers ni Madam. Babe lang kayo, ano? Kahit siya, mahalin nyo siya, kahit ako, wag na. Tapos, supportahan nyo na lang yung Team Secret.
Sabi ni AJ, good luck Team Secret. Crush ka si Leo Mio. Sabi ni
AJ, hindi tayo talo, pre. Hindi tayo talo. No, hindi porket di ko binabasa dito sa live ko. Eh, diyan ka pupunta kay Madam, tapos diyan ka mamumunyeta. Ang iyak. Alam ko yung style niyong dalawa na yan. May dalawang chicks. Isa lang, pre. Kita mo na may boses eh. Ito na guys. Perfect
Pero
na
ganda
to.
ng
Perfect.
skin mo talaga, no? Parang Korean skin, ganun.
Di, Pinoy lang talaga yan, madam. Walang halong chemical yan.
Parang
Puro
may-
illegal. Puro illegal.
Puro
And
yun.
for Team Secret, it's that big question. Is this their
Ayun
ceiling?
na,
Very
ito na.
worrisome, and they have to prove it on
Ayun
this
na
map.
Maganda ka sana kaso mukha kang lalaki. Eh, lalaki ko eh.
We've seen these players for a long time.
Ano ba
They've been
yan?
able to make it to
Lalaki guys, ayan oh.
find that pass form.
Iba lang ang buhok.
Look at the Asian select here. Nongshim going to run with the same comp that they have
Magandang
been using
hapon.
on this map. If it's not broke,
Ano ba yun,
don't
Rans?
need to fix it. It's going to be
King
very
yun.
lurk heavy on this attack side. That's something that
Parang
Team
Korean
Secret are
skin
gonna
naman
have to
talaga.
actively shut
Yung
down.
sa
They
train
also gonna
tubusan.
maybe have some issues against
Oh, kita mo, gaano kawalang iya yan, madam. Pinuri mo ako na Korean skin, tapos yun, ikukumpara sa train to Busan.
Ang layo ng skincare sa train to Busan, ha? Loko kayo. Ayun na.
Shoutout kay Johan, yan. Oh guys, focus tayo, ano, kailangan kasi nating manalo ngayon. Sana may apply na nila yung inner peace na tinuro ko sa kanila. Yung perfect na.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Perfect.
I think yeah, definitely looking at the
Ilabas
the
na nila
lurk
yung
timings and things like that,
pangmalakas
the
ang
way these
agent
teams
nila.
use the middle of the map.
Eto na ang ano,
Will this finally
coach of
be
the year.
that first victory for Team Secret for a very, very long time? Or will Nongshim Red Force finally pick up their stride once again?
Sabi.
babae mong tao, nagmumura ka. Di ba nagsabi sa'yong babae ko, Benzi?
And we send it over to your casters, Quackmodo, to take
Kung
us
saan nyo na naman na-recruit yan si Benzi ha, punyeta yan.
Sino mas chick sa inyo, Leo Miho? Ako? Pogi kasi
Oh, yan.
siya.
Ayan.
Eh?
Yan, ganun sana, madam. Yung iba akong kasama, pupunyetahin din ako eh. Si madam, kakampi ko yan.
Kakampi.
Share nyo live namin, guys. Kailangan nakashare kayo, tapos hashtag Team Secret. Para manalo na, para sangyup na, guys. Sangyup.
Sangyup na.
Sige na, oh, puta. Lina. Leo Lil Black.
Steady, thank you.
Okay, game na, madam. Eto na. Focus lang, madam. Dapat di nakikita yung pressure sa mukha natin.
Game. Choco. Ewan ko sa'yo, JP Tan. Masabi kay...
Kairos Evangelista, shoutout sa'yo, bro.
Ewan ko sa inyo, guys. Ito na. Pausa tayo. Ito na! Let's go!
Yan na.
Waldorio dito, naka, ano to, Chamber Gods.
So, you know, only finding that win from week 1, but we'll see how it all plays out today. Unfortunately, though, Wild Oreo not going to be able to find his shots around mid,
Naisahan
so
ka agad.
that kind of
Ireta mo naman ako sa kasama mo.
impressiveness has
Yoko
already been
nga.
Babae ba yan, madam? Pag babae, gilang. Kasing hot mo si Eren Yeager, bugo. Yun, nice one.
Bigyan nyo, manood kayo,
Very much
guys.
so, but
Okay, nice one, Jeremy.
continue to swarm. They found the spike.
Madam Carol, ayun, shoutout sa'yo, Madam Carol. Buti, nagbabasa ako ng pangalan, no?
Mamaya na.
Kasi halos ngayon lahat, madam, punyeta na sa akin, eh. Thank you, Madam Carol, nadaan
Wala
mo.
ko sa 2G. Okay,
Minsan
na,
namumura ko pag di ko kilala.
That is very much so information for Team Secret. They're pretty low as well, so a single shot from the
Buo na
sheriff
yan, madam.
towards the edge of
3v1.
block could very well
Sobrang
be their
lulong
doom.
dalawa, aba.
Margaret
Pero okay lang
has
kasi
an
may
opportunity
ganyan.
here, but yeah.
Nice one, Jeremy.
Just
Napakaangas.
tiny pixels here and there, and that's when the swing comes out.
Well, these teams were equal in the pistol accumulation going in towards this series, I believe, 9 to 7 apiece. So that's going to be a little bit separated.
Astig ng
now
lolang
with,
to.
teams
Lola
having to
pa,
win a
pre.
pistol.
Batang-bata pa. Lola ka
Walk
agad.
away in this round and just call it equal.
Hoy, hindi naman mukhang lola.
You got to consider that that's
Mukhang
technically
Iba lang ang buhok. Paano pa ako magpapakulay ng buhok niya kung gaganyanin niyo ako sa lahat ng paraan?
beginning of the round.
Not too bad. I mean, good recovery overall.
Inuyasha ka daw, Leo Miho.
Making that decision.
Pwede, iniya siya. Approve.
In the
Inuyasha.
Approve!
With that little buy as well, of course, while Oreo on towards the outlaw, now taking a main control.
As long as you're not kind of giving up
Grabe
too
ka na,
much here
Jinyo.
as Team Secret, it should
Leo
be all
Mi-
good. You've got Wild
Nasa
Oreo
radyo ka daw
posted
kanina,
on
Leo
the
Miho.
outlaw line. And he'll have the rendezvous as well. In
Ano
case
ano
they
ba
need
ginagawa niyo sa
to
buhay ko?
look to
Sabi ako
flush
sa
them off.
comment.
Madam, pag nasa radyo ako, alam ko na yun. Alam ko na kung saan tungkol yun. Kabalauraan na naman yun.
A lot of targets marching towards him. The stealth drone. Yep. we'll kind of
Jason,
inform you
lumayas ka
so
rito!
rendezvous away. That's information.
Can still get back on a pretty powerful line in this sort of situation, though. Has Jesse Vash to assist.
Kasing hot mo si Eren Yeager.
Seconds, but all these
Hindi,
shots
masyadong
come
hot
on
yun.
through. Let's see if Nongshim can get a plant.
Yeah, initial
Oh, yeah,
mortar
nga, ang
strike. You've got the
Ay,
smokes up, so it
nakasaksak
allows
pa
Nongshim to
yan,
try
ah.
to sneak
Sorry,
their way
hindi ko
in,
kayo
but still,
nababasa,
Team
nagkakaroon
Secret,
na ako,
they have
focus
pretty
ako.
much surrounded the site.
Guys, huwag nyo
Also
kasing
do wanna
pektusan
note,
yung game,
Margaret
kaya
has
kami
been
minamalas
there,
eh.
so he's gonna be able to
Nice
support
one,
him.
Jeremy. Yan, puta,
For now, it's gonna be
nag-iinit na siya
Jeremy
ngayon.
who finds the kill through the little
Nag-iinit
angles
yung
with the
laban,
bulldog.
nag-iinit yung comment
While
section
Team
ko
Secret
ah.
just continues to
Pamalima lang
stay
kayo guys,
tucked in.
papansinin
Yeah,
kayo
it becomes
mamaya
very
nyo ni
difficult now to
Jeremy.
even try
Anong
and
kulay ng
present
kan?
everybody a team.
Okay, what's the move gonna be, Danby?
Wala
He's the one with the
sa
spikes,
gitna
so
ng
it's
game
kinda
eh.
stuck down
Ganyan na
now.
kaagad
Looking
comment nyo.
for the wall banks, but not gonna quite be
Share
able
nyo
to
live
find it.
namin para matuwa naman kami. Guys, maski isang beses lang, sumuporta naman kayo.
Just is Team Secret slowly but
Okay.
surely moving their way into the
Lock
site.
in
Jeremy
talaga.
close
Uy,
range though, not
wag.
gonna be able to find the shot in Ivy. Finding one up around A main as well.
Mag-isa na
First
lang
okay.
kayo.
Fall, and that leaves Ivy
3v1,
alone.
3v1 advantage.
And look at the
Palumag
high-low
laro
setup.
team.
They've got
Ay,
the
ay,
lovely protocols coming
nice
out from Team
one.
Secret just to secure the
We're
round.
winning na,
Not
boys.
too much damage sustained.
Yeah.
Palo.
And of course, we see the
Ito ba yung sa
Nongshim
Idol
Classic
Prison
in the
School?
game now as well.
Hindi,
Unlike
pre,
Big
si Leo
Time,
Minho
who
to.
is only going to be getting a bundle contingent on a team getting a win. I have got both of the bundles before they've even
Mukha
played
siyang
their
Inuyasha
games with
X
the server.
Kagume.
So we like to support our
Si
Pacific
Kagume.
teams. Of course,
Madam
bundles
Kari,
for
si
all
Casey
Pacific
na
teams
yun. Huwag ka
out
nang
there.
dumagdag, madam.
Yeah. Good. Wow.
Tinatanong pa kung sino mas
Sales
kaway.
pitch, what a sales
Si
pitch
Madam
to Moto.
Casey na.
It is a pretty interesting theme for today's matches, though, right? Both ascended teams, but at the same time, they are kind of on somewhat opposite
Ang
ends of
daming
the
nare-recruit na tolongges sa kabalahura sa comment section, kaya nagkakandalit silit si buhay ko.
Okay.
Jeremy again with the bulldog, marching
Eto na.
upwards out towards
Eto
the
na
wall.
nga si
Now he's
Jeremy.
spotted out,
Nako.
and he can't quite get his
Nako.
No gate crash.
Nako.
Dammy will
Yun
find
lang
the frag,
nabulag.
continues to slither through.
Nakalog.
It's gonna be
Si
2GE
Jeremy.
trading right back up.
No teammates to go with Darby to assist him there either is just a little bit awkward. You got to keep your strength in numbers here and
Sino yung
play the
kasama
long
mo?
game,
Si
especially when you're going up with your
Sakamoto?
rifles against the bonus round of team.
Inuyasha.
Nakamoto.
That's been something that has been plaguing Nongshim for like the past several weeks.
Jesse, huwag mo binabanggit si Jocelyn pag nakapokus kami, no? Ako mental coach dito, tapos pupunyatahin mo utak ko.
The principles that this team employs with the Neon. This time though,
Inay-inay ka lang, pre. Ayan, no? Kita mo dahan-dahan na nga tong
sting them up a little
laban.
bit, unless they all go through the wall together, which they do, but now they're just going to sink that damage.
Ayun na.
2GE, oh, it does
Uy.
miss out on the timing
Ulti.
just narrowly.
Na-miss.
Well timed. Persia
Ayoko
still
yung
left
ulti
behind,
na
so
yun,
has
yung
the
parang may
timing
tutok.
Oh,
against
no.
2GE. That's gonna be the frag. That's gonna be the
Vitor.
sight.
Then, dito pa si boss eh. Boy pa si boss. Hanggat boy pa si boss.
A little bit of time for
Ubi
Jesse
mo,
Vash to sneak
Five pa
that
yan.
shock dart a little bit way in.
Yeah, we'll just see what damage
Nakabundle
Jesse
naman
and
siya
Wild
eh,
Oreo
Wild
can do
Oreo.
here. You do have
Ayun,
that
oh.
Vandal,
Go
so
Wild
if
Oreo.
Wild Oreo can find something here. Wouldn't be too bad to chip away at the economy of Nongshim, who are just going to fall on back towards Art and really play the post.
Would be a good position to hold. Jesse Vash doesn't have any more utility either, so at this point it's kind of push or
Putik.
try to tap them,
Ayun na.
tap the spike.
Tangya,
system
sino ba
to
Pinoy
compete
dito?
against you, but unfortunately
No,
timing not
ay,
quite
wala.
supporting Jesse Vash's
Sorry, sorry.
intentions back there, so it's
Hindi,
gonna be just
ano na lang yan?
to Wild
Okay.
Oreo.
Hello,
Too much
nadali
damage
pa.
dealt
Sino
against
ba Pinoy
Nongshim.
dito sa kabila? Bakit ang
Recovery.
pangalan nito mga
Great
to
level
Francis
headed,
Margaret?
the duel that Danby gets bashed in.
Ah,
You
pangalang
go towards
Pinoy eh.
the A side of things, you look to establish a plant, you expect that there's going to be a little bit of a challenge there as well, so they're making sure that they've got some protection around the
Mukhang
spike
dadali sa
plant.
Drag Race
You see it
Philippines
from
sa Leo
Francis
next
there, who will get
season.
a little bit closer to that
Naging
Armageddon
na-ivory
with getting the plant
Ay!
eventually as well. Just to see that, you know, we're already getting some of these great protocols from both of these teams, but these are the sort of rounds that really interest me, right? When you've got the buyout from both of the teams, when
Ba't kasi
you've already
binabasok
got
sa
Jeremy
mata
with
eh?
this dimensional drift, he can really find something good for the team on a retake or to layer information and get something
Nadali
pretty sneaky
niya, ang
happening.
galing niya,
For now,
no?
though,
Madam, mag-ingat-ingat kay Ari ka talaga dyan. Ako, tinan mo.
I mean, that's what you
Basang-basa
do
ko
in
na, oh,
Europe, but
naka-jet
you can't
cosplay,
quite do that freely
madali
when
laba.
Francis
Tingnan mo.
is, you know, repeatedly
Tangya ako sa
sending
hino
that
ka
stealth
man.
drone all the way through.
Akala ko pangalan lang.
So now a little bit more attention towards middle.
Loko
you're
kayo.
gonna have to
Ah.
take some body jewels here as Nongshim as well, because you've already used that drone from Francis.
Nabalahurahan nyo dun,
Kinda
napakatalino
lackluster things
nyo.
about this age of lineup that you're doing. You don't have the great refreshable for
Guys, wag kayong
information like
ganun,
Jesse
guys.
Vash does have
No.
on
Ay,
Sova, for
big
example.
deal.
So you're relying on
Nandidemonyo kayo eh.
information here. You got to go together as numbers.
Huwag ganun.
You spot out where Wild Oreo is, missing a couple of shots. But with sub
Uy,
50
focus
seconds to
talo
go,
kayo.
gotta make an idea for Nongshim here where you want to end. And if they do continue to go to this A side,
Ate
Vice
pakisabi
utility,
sa kasama.
Superstar's
Ano?
already available too. It can get quite awkward.
Yeah, positionally as well for Team
Dandy.
Secret. Persia unfortunately
Nice
will
run.
get caught out, so no additional support found for Nongshim. They're gonna have to just barrel their way into the site.
Oh.
Unfortunately for them, Jeremy has
Ako,
already
ubus
got
kayo,
his
boy.
sights zeroed in.
Ako
He
nagsasabi,
found the
ubus
dimensional
kayo.
drift.
Ako!
The plant, but that's gonna be Envy finding the
Ubus!
wall bangs down.
Nice
Jesse
try,
Vance with a
Bolas!
double kill at the end.
Ganon, di ba?
Not a
Pagka
lick of
behave
damage
kayo,
done
guys,
to any of the Team Secret
makakaangat-angat
members in that
tayo.
round. They went out with what they went in, essentially. Just a little investment of
Nice,
utility. That
ganda.
was a really well-played round from them from beginning to end. Isolating
Nadali
Leo,
ako
suot
dun,
mo
ah.
ba Team
One
Secret
play,
pante mo
crossfire
ngayon?
on the
Silip
site as
naman
well,
bandang
and Jeremy
silip.
using the dimensional drift to get out of
Tingin
dodge,
ko pa,
get
bibig
some
mo.
information for the team, and it's another situation where you've got a wallbang coming from dugout to deny the plan. This is something that Nongshim is going to have to kind of recognize really quickly as already being a thorn in their
Ate
side.
pakisabi sa kasama mo, di ako lalayas hanggang di siya nag-I love you sa akin. Jason, meron ka ng asawa eh. Pag nakita yan, matutulog ka sa labas.
Like you
Hanip
mentioned,
ka.
is the way that they were
Naka-profile
trying to
pa, no?
work
Pamilya
their way
niya.
forward,
Oo.
but at the same time, we're
Naka-profile
seeing
pa eh.
semblings
Ikaw
of
talaga,
semblings
matutulog ka sa
that
labas.
same
Ako
issue
nagsasabi
again.
sa'yo.
You know, Dambi trying to
Grabe.
movement his way into sight, but very well received by Jeremy this time.
And it's a little bit different in terms of how.
Balik ako mamaya, idol. Mag-work muna ako. Huwag ka na bumalik, Jesse. Trabaho ka na lang ng matiwasay.
They've got the essence.
Work
Hindi ka namin
Jesse.
kailangan bumalik.
You're prowling in the angles, you're taunting in the angles and everything.
Negative
So
energy ka
without
eh.
Nongshim having that, I'm having to kind of see them make sure that the salvos are going to be
Francis,
putting in a position to
Margaret,
make sure that we're
Dambi,
gonna see,
Persia.
support
Garo
from
mga
out there.
pangalan,
There's
mga
gonna be
Koreano,
playgrounds
no?
Neon. If the
Masabi
relay
po
ball
kay
goes out, you can
Diomino,
slide in
wag
with a
magalaw.
teammate,
Ano ba
coordinate
yan?
with a good of a good arc race. And I think with the teammate is going to be the biggest thing for Nongshim here.
Something
Ano
that,
ba yun?
Ano gusto nyo? Naka-steady lang ako?
keeping our eyes on.
Yeah. Bit of a duel around the
Hello, Game
main
Mark.
side of
Shoutout.
things
Shoutout
though.
na nga lang babasahin ko.
Little flash coming out from Jeremy as well.
Madam,
For the
mag-shoutout
peak,
ka
but
na lang kasi ako nagsasabi sa'yo, madadali ka ng mga balahura na yan.
Continuing to peek
Wait.
out, now trying to get the
Bossing!
final scores, and he's gonna nail it!
He's done it
Ang
again.
galing
He
mo,
is so
bossing!
sensational to bring these sort of things
Grabe
back.
mo si Jesse,
Exact spot where he earned the ace, like from way back when.
Gagi,
They've got an
tinatlo
advantage.
eh.
Secret, but
Grabe.
look at Margaret can't
Okay.
get out by Envy, who has
Ganda
again
Okay,
always been having
3v1.
a cracker series here in Pacific.
Hi, Jess.
Now,
Ano ba yan, Jessie?
just on a Persia.
Madam, pasabi dun
Oh,
sa
that's
nasa
three.
taas.
That's
Balik
fine.
ako mamaya. Nasa
Aerial
work pa ako.
drone, information found
Bandung.
aplenty. And even the
Napabalik
shots
mo
are
yan,
chipping
madam.
away at him. I
Maganda
know it's
po
kind of
yun.
just a
Uy!
little
Nice
bit
one,
of an
Terrorist,
anti-aggro,
oh.
but still, you have
Ang
to
galing mo
fire.
talaga,
Well, the
bossing!
best play of the round.
Yeah, I mean,
Ayan-
there was
ayan na
a
daw yung Jesse
moment
naman.
in that round where things looked
Oo,
scary,
eto
right?
lang,
The
Jesse na
Volunteers,
malakas.
they have the first two
Yung isang
balls
Jesse
go
dyan,
their
kahit
way, they're disconnected,
hindi
trying to
na
reset
bumalik.
that 3 versus 5 scenario.
Punyeta.
You're kind of a little bit worried, but the fact that Jesse Vash just stands and delivers here, they give him a little bit of a 1v1
Hashtag Team
at the
Secret,
beginning,
Neil
and
Doms.
done
Thank you
lingering on
sa
a little bit
pag-hashtag.
later on as well for him to
Hashtag
just kinda,
PH.
yeah, come down and spray
Sasabi mo, Eric.
Great job from him there to
Hindi mo
bring things
tinutuloy
back
ni
after
Leo Mio.
Nongshim's
Alam ko rin
timeout, by
sasabihin
the way.
niya.
So
I
Ano
don't
ba kayo,
remember his
guys?
exact age, but Unk has still got it. And that's Hunter's Fury for the round.
Pamilya lang yan, boss.
Possibly,
Pwede rin tayo
potentially
bumuo ng sariling
against
atin.
Nongshim, who are once again back at it towards B long.
Isirahin mo pamilya mo para sa katarantaduhan mo, Jason.
If I'm not wrong, he's one of the
Ayun na, 1-4 na, guys. Pagka 1-4, sure win na, guys. Namamaster na nila yung inner peace.
Andre Luis.
he's one of the top contenders for, you know, highest
Share niyo live
possible
namin
results
para all
Pacific
goods in the
right
hoods,
now.
in the
Oh, but
hoods.
he's marching upwards. Both of them have missed each other, and Dampi unscopes at the right time.
Do you expect, though, anyone else to be on the
Okay
side
lang.
itself with how far forward Wild Oreo would be pushing up? Generally, Vice Wall
Yari
would be
lang,
placed
okay.
behind it with Thorns as well in case that player does lose their life and there's an attempt at speed. But this time, it's just a really slow down passive affair from
4v5 ka,
Nongshim.
kaya yan. Kahit nga si Bossing lang natira.
Jesse Vash is going to be lent towards this B site now on the drone. Hunter's Fury starts to come out too.
Trying to get a good read for the macro, but that's going to be Jesse Vash denying
Nice,
any
Envy.
possible entry. Envy to hold as well. Taken down by
Ooh.
Dambi though, so there's a slight opportunity
Ah,
here.
yep, ah.
Margaret marching his way up forward towards B-Link.
Bossing,
It's just
nako,
Jeremy trying to
nadali
bring
si
things open
Bossing.
with the fake out. Does manage to
Bandito.
equalize
Bossing ni
on
Jeremy.
somewhat. It still is a 1-on-2.
Jeremy.
Yeah, you have
Ubus
to
to.
see some brilliance from Jeremy.
Dalawa
He's
lang.
on blind side to be able to utilize. You've got Thorns for Ivy
Ako
and
kaso,
an Arcros.
nakaabang yung kalaban. Masyadong delicates.
All about it.
Yeah, and look at the way they're holding these angles as well.
Yeah, the crossfire not really going to be there.
Trying to still...
Kalma mo lang, boss. Inner piece, boss, ha?
Angles, though. Does spot out Dampi, but
Nadali.
Dampi
Naglag.
able to snipe him down with a
Na
headshot
ano
from
no,
the
na iba yung
Phantom.
naklik.
Got to say the timing as well.
Iba yung
for
naklik,
Dampi to be
madam.
able to
Alt
sneak through
tab.
a lot of that utility to catch Francis off guard was
Shout
great,
out po
but
kay
Dampi
Sunako.
being able to just get the trades around the side as well,
Ako ba?
opening up, and the
Shout
rest
out
of the
sa'yo.
team just having a great idea. Right, Jesse Vash spotted out from the drone earlier, getting out the Hunter's Fury, and it's this
Adiri ka, sino yun?
He's really, I mean, been having a
Kevin Plaza ka, okay ka na kanina eh.
for Team Secret, right?
Adiri ka,
Somebody that
bastos.
hasn't been really though that I want to highlight is 2G,
Alabad
right?
joke.
We need to see a bit of a step up to come out from him. This is the sort of series where if he's able to, and Team Secret are able to
Shout
get a
out sa'yo,
win, for
Andre.
example.
Grabe si Andre. Iba.
Yung mga magpapashoutout lang guys, angat nyo yung mga magpapashoutout.
So much
Tapos
so
lagyan
just
nyo
to
ng
get this
hashtag
win on
Team
the board
Secret
for
para
the team.
Yeah.
para ma-boost ng
I do
confidence
wonder
ng ating
sometimes,
mga
it's one of those
manlalaro.
things where it's that title of IGL
Sabi,
hanging
boss,
a little bit
patanong
heavy
naman
on
kay
his
Liam
head,
Mio, kailan collab nila ni Mami
trying
Oni.
to still call his way around the round.
Wala akong balak pa rin, no? Kahit kayo na lang!
Yeah.
He's trying to set things up.
The sheer wall as well already
Grabe,
going to be popped towards A
random
main,
talaga.
so you're going to have to see a little bit of a hold there from Ivy to give Nongshim the chance to...
Game lang tayo ko
If
na
they do
boys.
want to, what sort of utility you may spot out towards
Hit kayo na lang
A lot of
dun.
the Astra Stars, you've got the Arcros there, so
Ano
you
mga
have
gagawin
an
nila?
idea as Nongshim that it might be a little bit more stacked up.
Oh,
So
Ang
rotate
tawa si
over.
madam eh.
You can still look to off-put Wild Oreo here,
gagawin
who's
ni
yet to
Mami
get a
Oni?
kill on the
Tatanungin
board.
Listen May Sanchez Baler, yan. Notify, baliktad. Lagay exclamation point notify. Unahin mo yung ano.
Armor getting
Balik
straight into the
Balik
sight.
point,
Wild Oreo
notify.
receives Dampi kindly.
Oh, he
Does
does
get
Yun
hit.
lang, sinira sa
So there
likod.
is a little bit of an
Okay.
entrance for
Nabigyan
Nongshim
din,
to
okay
get into
lang.
the site.
One
Still
is to
though,
one.
Team Secret are racing into the site as well. Francis looking to get that stick in, but still trapped by the gravity well.
Ayun,
There
nga
is a
pala guys,
chance for
pag
him to get
ganun
wall banked. And while that happens,
Nakasana-
Ay,
Sharon
nice!
and Jesse
Kalaban
Bash
nila.
swarming around both sides,
Makakasama sila sa
around the
playoff.
site itself. Just down to Ivy now.
Guys, kailangan manalo tayo, ano? Tapos matalo yung kabilang,
Tries to move
ano.
up front to get the spike back in, but running out of time.
Oy!
Rocket will stick it now.
Yaya!
At that point, they're going to start to push into it, so he holds
Ay,
on to
ay,
his angles
ay,
instead,
ay,
finds a double kill, looks for the third, but shut down
Nice,
by
nice,
Jesse
nice,
Bash.
nice, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
on that rotate back
Si Bossing ang natira eh. Pag si Bossing ang
That first
natira,
pick does
oh.
get traded out by the
Grabe si
Armageddon.
Jesse
The
Bash,
time is just
fair
really
pa
starting
dyan,
to tick, and there's enough.
Kahit
Kahit
opportunity
anong
for
lamig
Team
ng
Secret.
aircon,
Looking
nag-iinit
at
pa
the
rin ako
ultimates
sa'yo.
that both teams
Sino
have
tong
available, and I'm
putrags
thinking
na
you
to?
can use the lockdown here to try and off-put
Lahi
Team
ka?
Secret's advances into...
Dahil ka, babae ka! Sumasama ka sa mga
As soon as
utak
that
ng
steel
mga yan.
garden is dropped, you know that the challenge is just going to be there from Team Secret to keep Nongshim a little bit hot under the collar and
Galing mo talaga, boss!
Yeah. So they've been able to get their way into sight so far, but not quite needing or having the utility to
ganyan
really
lang,
fend
nandulo,
off the
pre.
incoming forces of Team Secret right now. Though back into
Natry na
A
ni Leo Mio
Jeremy,
yan,
slight
okay.
whiff, but it's okay. Does get away freely, and Wild Oreo to relay forward.
Pag lumabas ka, tapos ang ulo mo.
Or dodge it. It'll be not too bad.
Okay,
for him,
so-
but
Ay, oh,
let
no.
it go. It is just pistols at the end of the day, and Danby on the Vandal. He snuck in pretty
Hashtag
far, though, already
Jessica,
off the
so-
start. Look at this.
Kaya hashtag Team Secret lang.
Yeah. And with that, not too
Hello,
much,
AJ.
because Wild Oreo still has the angles
Hashtag Team
locked
Secret.
down.
Oh,
Though, now incoming with Persia as well. A bit of an alert coming out from the
Yan, bro.
controller of Nongshim. Still
Spray,
back
spray
into
lang,
the
spray
site,
lang,
and then it's
dyan,
gonna
Ay,
be
ay, ay.
hot spots around
Oy,
Dugout. They're
oh
trying to
my
get the wall banks through, but
One
Nongshim
victim.
knows exactly how to find their targets. In
Pa, isa pa, ay, below yan, no?
around on a dime, but it's not gonna
Yan
happen
lang,
because
nadali.
Persia
Nice try.
jumps and dives in with a judge.
Oh, what a scrappy round around that
Nice
A
try,
side
boys.
there, isn't it? You've got Jeremy trying to play in and out of the
Patanong nga
Cosmic
kay
Divide
Leo
as well.
Mio,
The
ano
shots
yung
are going
email
lopsided. Everybody's missing shots. Everybody's trying to hit something, pulling out utility at the wrong spot. That's just a moment of recognition for a lot of these players.
Nakalimutan ko na yan, ha?
Just have our guns up and go for the fights. A good lurk.
Tatanong kayo ng kasalahulaan
Really
nyo, eh.
disconnected from the team, but it kind of works out. The 2 versus 1 trades that come right at the end there.
Ramdam na ramdam ko,
Never
wala
gonna
kayong
be
suporta sa
always
akin.
seeing,
Suportahan
you
niyo
know,
yung Team
really
Secret,
well
boys.
thought out, methodical action gameplay, especially in a game like this one. It's gonna be in the scrap.
Still though, in the current round, Tour de Force being pulled out
Ayun,
by
ayun
Wild
na.
Oreo.
Diyan
He's
ka lang, diyan ka lang,
creeping
Wild Oreo.
all the way forward up mid.
And again, as long as you're, you know, not seeing a drone or anything come out from Francis and you're not seeing the
Grabe,
Arcros, you can
tutok sa
kind of just
screen
hold this position as well.
Hans
Oreo
Ferrer,
is
lumayas ka
the one
rito. Kung nag-iinit ka, mailigo mo.
Spots him,
Nice.
instantly done and out, and
Or does he know Envy?
A little bit of an exchange coming through as well. Envy still tucked away.
I don't think so. Look at where the crosshair is. He has no idea that Envy's pushed up here. This could be huge.
Oh,
for
he
Team
hears
Secret.
him going back into that.
Yan,
Oh,
may yan.
the shot! Oh, that shot on and collected! That's the spike down as well!
Are we going to have any rounds of success in a row for these teams? Dimensional Drift in for Envy to try and bring this one back in towards Team Secret's favor. The spike is in control of the defenders, but where do you think Margaret is going to be lurking from at the moment? Because it's just Darby here.
No chance. I mean, even if Margaret is lurking around, as soon as Team Secret keeps their
Wala kami pa sa'yo, bro.
And Jesse Vash recognizes the situation, slips in towards A main.
Ang ganda nung naka-white hair. Ang gandang lalaki, pre.
Team Secret all
Piliin mo na lang yung cosplay, pre. Wag mo. Hindi naman ako maganda eh.
Be attacking the site, so they'll split up a little bit, contend with the killjoy utility.
Gwapo lang, bro.
It's gonna be throughout art.
Yeah,
And this is a
also
2 versus 4.
very much so. Just Team Secret playing the macro game.
Ba
They knew
yan?
exactly where that spike was going to
Last
be delivered
one.
to. So a quick
Capybara.
pick being found by Jesse Vash, and now the drone to spot out Dambi as well. This guy is pinned down. Unless he shoots himself out, it's not going to happen. Jeremy, the whole team will converge onto a sole position.
Okay,
That
very
Team
much,
Secret
PB.
picking up the round.
Yeah, the fact that Wild
Basics
Oreo is
na
just
pala.
Ilan gusto mong anak? Wala akong pre sa'yo, Jason.
Any for the space, you know, I'm a little bit surprised that Envy isn't throwing out. Oh, sorry, Ivy isn't throwing out the.
Similar, yeah, close.
There's one letter difference, man, and they're playing the same
Nice
agent.
one,
But
3-6.
Ivy isn't throwing out the Arcros, so at
Let's
least get some
go.
information, or that they're not looking to, you know, have a couple
Let's
of
go,
bodies to
5-6,
spot something
right?
out. You've got to be collecting upon this information earlier. Some great ideas
Don't
on this
lie.
defensive
Yun,
side,
hindi.
I will
Partida
say,
di-
round 14.
Partida di tumama yung dalawang putok nun, ha?
Right? It's just
Inakot lang
playing
niya eh.
towards the numbers, playing towards the strength.
Gusto niya kasing barilin ng nakaano,
An advantage back
ng
over
nakaharap, hindi
towards
nakatalikod.
And I just do want to call back a
Oh,
little bit
man.
to kind of the whole, you know, map veto process. We were kind of thinking, was this Nongshim trying to surprise Team Secret with
Time
the fact
out
that they
guys, di ba?
hadn't gone
Inakabahan
with
na eh,
full
hindi
on
nila alam. Ako,
regular
wala
season
talaga
stage.
dyan yung mismong coach ng Team Secret. Nandito, nanonood.
Paano pa pag andyan ka na? Edi
Ano pag ginamit ko na yung ganun ko, eh, nababasa ko isip ng mga yan.
Present themselves because they're not getting a lot of these opening duels, right? They're not getting a lot of these challenges that they
Ay,
go in together as a team and play towards the strengths that their agent
No
lineups are
team,
doing.
Siguro
They're
gusto mo
relying
rin,
upon a lot of these
Daika, ikaw, alam ba ng magulang mo yung pinagsasabi mo na yan, ha?
As long as Team Secret know that,
Bintik
well,
kayo.
they're
Kayo kasi,
really
nagdadala kayo ng bata, Laika, parangalan.
They can
Puta,
just
agis
hold
ka!
it, hold a choke
Parang
point.
elementary pa
I-
yan.
College ka na ata, ganyan ka pa rin eh.
Towards B main.
Ayos!
It's pretty for a while, especially because
Susumbong kita sa mother mo.
Wild Oreo's getting these one and dones.
Precisely.
Akala ko
Seeing
bata pa,
teleportation
anip
and so much
Anip
more,
ka, Laika.
sort of maneuverability around the
Okay,
map.
focusing,
Able to
focusing,
get
focusing.
themselves in and out of positions, and right now trying to get a read for how Nongshim might pilot the next round.
Ang yang lugar to, napakainit sa lugar namin.
You're just gonna have Persia
Walang talab
lurk
yung
up a
ano.
little bit outside
Walang
club.
talabi aircon.
But again, Team
Walang
Secret
talab yung
not in a
aircon.
situation
O
whatsoever
nag-iinit dahil sa mga comment na to.
fuel towards Nongshim. Let them waste the utility, right? They have to use a lot of this util, a lot of their bodies to get some forward positions. You got a bit of a trap play over towards B at the
Celebrate ka
moment.
din ng
You
Women's
have
Month
Wild
last
Oreo
month.
and Jeremy playing together. They can both get out of dodge if things get sticky.
Both of them.
Celebrate nyo na lang
Jesse Vash
kasama
as well.
mga
Things
asawa
happen,
nyo
somehow
o
pick up a
girlfriend
kill.
nyo.
Well,
That proud
we'll get
kayo
a
sa
nice
mga
through first
babae.
round.
Proud ako sa mga babae
That's
guys,
my
pero
route.
hindi,
Jesse Vash
hindi ako
is
babae.
onto his, very familiar Sova, and that shock dart might have given him a
Okay,
bit
unang
of
lumabas,
help.
patay.
Ooh, teleport.
Ay, naglag.
Not quite deployed quick enough, so it's gonna be a simple frag for
Nako,
Francis
boss.
right now while Nongshim continues to advance forward into the site. In along with
Nice.
the overtime, Jesse Vash
Napasok
able to
ka
hold
pa,
that line, swaps over the plastic to get away because it's
Natalikod
steel
ni
guarded.
boss.
But unfortunately, it's just more space for Nongshim right now. Fake out, deployed, trying to create a little bit more space, a little bit more information, and 2GE will spray them down like a garden hose. 3-on-3, the spike.
3-on-3, 3-on-3. Nice play, Remy.
Alongside the rest of Team
Nice.
Secret
Very
will
much,
spot out
baby.
every single one of their individual locations.
Yeah, as soon as
Perfect.
the idea that
3-7,
Nongshim are going to
oh,
have to
lapit
end
na
towards
yan.
this B site, let's just drop down.
Ikaw sisigaw pangalan mo, Charis Pempeng ko tawag mo.
Or if they want to try and re-peek in towards the site, well, gun barrels
Hashtag gender reveal.
makes it a little bit untenable when you add to the fact that they're trying to get the
Hindi nyo na kailangan i-hashtag ako na mismo magsasabi sa inyo. Lalaking lalaki pa rin ako. Nako,
that
bro.
is dying through spams to come out on towards it. Some great positions and just great attention to detail from
Magulat
Team
kayo
Secret
pag
that
tumayo
let's
sila
just
yung
get
minutes
there
stress
and
dahil sa'yo.
have the gunfights. Don't use utility. Nongshim have to play for time. They have to get the plant here. So
Magulat ako.
really well played on this defensive side from Team Secret.
Very much so. It just feels as though Dambi has not been
Stress na
allowed to
stress na nga ako eh. Magulat ka
well.
talaga.
Secret are contacting him. Down to Jeremy now.
Ah.
Flashes, gets himself out of dodge. Wild Oreo, unfortunately though,
And profile na kita, Leo. Huwag ka na magtampo. Tingin mo, ikatutuwa ko yan. Kinakalat mo yung pagmumukha ko.
Armageddon, gonna buy a little bit of time, but now you don't actually
Ito
have
na.
that for the post plant.
Yan,
They have been
eh,
struggling
minutes.
to even get the plant down, so I don't mind the
Team
idea.
Secret dito,
Yeah,
tatlo.
Francis can
Eh,
stay
apat
alive long
andito
enough,
na.
maybe
Bilis na ng
salvos,
press
and
ko.
the rest of the team can work their way around B long. But still, you gotta watch out for
Nasa
how
long sila.
Envy might be able to work his way around this round. 1 kill, it's gonna be Steel Garden.
Go guys, fighting!
Alright, they know exactly where their opponents are.
Nako,
It's
3v4
gonna be a
pala.
full firefight just around B main.
Uy, ay, hindi, patay si Bossing eh.
Over, trying to bait out the utility from
Nandiyan pa naman si
Oh,
Jeremy.
what a snap from
Noise grab
Jeremy.
si Envy doon.
Back
Nice
into
to.
it, and that's Envy
Nice.
putting the frag towards the top.
Dang.
Not getting
Nay,
into
naglag.
position Steel Garden though.
1v1.
And time
Okay,
is
1v1,
continuing
1v1
to
Jeremy
tick
ah.
away, 1v1.
Ay, Jeremy, yung sanggip
Francis
ko,
is
nako.
on, and
Hindi,
then
nice try,
Nongshim
nice try, nice
coming
try.
back up.
TNT.
Another
try, nice try.
scrappy round in the end.
Sigaw pangalan ko,
proceedings there.
Andre
Unfortunately,
Jazrilon.
Nongshim,
Charot sa'yo.
They get all of that
Aladdin
utility
yan. Hi,
on the
Evangeline.
spike and they're popping it early, right? They
Hi,
have to
Sir.
buy
Try mo
so
na
much time
mag-moonwalk.
away with the nanos, with the gravity well that are being popped, buying time, waiting for the salvos to still come back online for Francis after using the
Alam niya kayo eh, no? Ang dami yung reklamo sa buhay ba? Ang dami yung request sa akin eh. Ang daming request kung hindi ka pa kanta eh. Hayain ka mag-jogging, tatanungin ka mag-moonwalk. Hayain ka Chinese garter. Hindi ba naman kayo bugo?
Are able to afford themselves that one on a lesser equipped buy last round of the half. Now one away from the lockdown. To be able to drop down at this A site would be okay, but then you've got to also consider, mate. Jesse Bash has Hunter's Fury, Jeremy's got a Dimensional Drift, there's Steel Guard, and that to me screams retake.
Akala ko, sinusuportan
as
mo
well.
yung Team
The
Secret.
retake will be
May
so
akong
huge given the utility, but
ang
it's not even
puto.
needed. Jesse Vash just
Kita mo,
receives the
pati
contact.
gabi ng laging madam, sinasama eh. Tagal-tagal pa nun.
Pulls out the Dimensional Drift, does buy a little
Uy!
bit more time for the rest of the
Whoa.
team. He's trying to mark
Kailang.
them in case the team can't find some spams, but
Ay, sana,
it's
okay lang,
over
okay
instead.
lang, okay lang.
Ivy to dive up for it for the trade. Steel Garden immediately deployed to flush Nongshim away.
Because they count 2 players on the side itself as well, right? So you've got a lot of time that you can still play with, try and beat them on the rotations, which they're not going to, but that wall is crucial to off-put 2GE.
We'll see.
Ilang boy sa intense ng laban.
He does go for the stun,
Naunahan,
but
bro.
it's not quite
Huwag ka
enough.
lalabas, please.
A
Lang.
frag dropped again. Jeremy only
Planting.
now. Inside of Hall.
Nice one, Jeremy. Nakadalawa ka.
Equalizes the odds.
One
And
team
now
yan.
Sheffield gets popped as well, so Envy should have a really good idea on where this is by the placement of that lockdown. He knows where
Unahan mo na, pre.
It does buy a little bit more time away from the retake, though, from the duel.
and Margaret has no idea where Envy's going to come from.
So Envy, well, he's making footsteps at least.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to
Nako.
bait Margaret out. Oh,
Nako, nalaglag.
peak. Margaret just
Nagdaglag.
finds that right square on.
Oh, 2 rounds at the
Yan,
end
yan,
there to bring that one back. for
Nice
Nongshim,
try,
a
nice try. Pero ang lupit
5-7
ni ano doon,
half.
nakadalawa pa.
Is it enough?
That is the question.
Paano
for
kaya
all
yun, no?
ourselves
Tutok na
right
tutok
now.
ka sa camera.
Close, though. I do admire
Ano,
how Nongshim are
nakakahilo
starting
yun,
to
bro.
recover. They began to anticipate how Team Secret would be looking to receive them. They start to anticipate where, you know, Jeremy might play, where Wild Oreo might play. They began to punish them, or even just to work
shout out,
their way
shout out.
around that dimensional drift.
I think punishment is the word that we apply to Darby at the moment because
Get
he's not
sa
been able to
Sarago-
take a lot of
Sago-
space
ano?
so
Get sa
heavily.
Saragosa,
He's
ha?
catching him off guard. Even when Nongshim had a couple of members behind him, right? When we're looking at these slides and the duels around Belong, he's still
Magla-live ako after nito.
kind of, you know, Neon's fast pace.
Magla-live ka ba mamaya, boss? Ilalabas ko lang to mamaya sa live.
As soon as that's there, look at the
Ano na naman kapunyitaan na isip mo, Jason?
It's Jeremy with the
Perfect
gate
sign
crash.
for the point you're trying to make.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wala
man.
talagang tatalo sa ganda mo, Leo Miho.
Well, you need some-
Buuin mo kasi, walang tatalo sa gandang lalaki mo.
So we
Ganun,
need to
parang
see that.
matuwa naman ako sa'yo.
True.
Hashtag
Puro,
TPH.
puro babae na yung
Trying
tukmul
to
ngayon.
recall what the new Monsters Inc. tagline is. It's laughter we're after. That's
Is that what it is?
yeah.
I
They went
just
away
know
from-
the original one from like,
We
you know,
screamed
20 years
Bakit
ago.
ka pa ng muka? Pakita mo mukha mo, pre. Proud ka dapat.
Zoomers.
We're young at heart, and that's kind of how we're keeping up with things as well. But right now, back into the game, you know, it's just gonna be how Dambi is trying to get himself back into the game as well. You know, just laugh it off, shrug it off.
Sure win na to,
and
boys.
really
Nararamdaman. Ay,
recorrect
tulit.
yourself
Dalawa lang
with
pala
winning,
lead
'cause that's what we've
natin.
been needing
Ang
to
ganda
see,
kasi
at least
laban.
now on the defensive side.
Pero nasa atin ang momentum,
possibly
boys.
more
Kaya
focused
kayang-kaya
on
ng TS to.
Currently, though, it is very much so Team Secret leading
Kaya
in terms of the game.
Hi, that's
Opening jewels are going to be quite important here. Ooh, especially if you keep going towards the start location and you're able to find Darby. Trap play. Oh, he's by himself.
And
Multi
with
ba sila?
Waldo in the home,
Doesn't stick around.
good. So a bit of information. Nongshim tried to get a poke, but Team
Eh,
Secret managed to get away quickly.
Okay, mga
Yep.
naka-ghost.
You've got Margaret playing spot over towards the
Maganda
other
rin
side as
gamitin
well to
yung ghost
commune
talaga
when
pang
that
one-tap.
Nebula needs to be popped. You've got the wall.
Ako, madam.
over in
Ako
the
nagturo
screen,
yung mga ganyan
trips,
talaga.
So it's just, you know, standard protocols from both of the teams,
Sabi
trying to
niya.
find some information, trying to draw out this
Sure ako,
utility.
ano yan.
You get an idea that our kill carry on the side of Nongshim at the moment, Francis, is towards the A side as well. Does that
Wala pa ba? Kabado pareho. Kasi yung momentum, guys, ang importante dito.
It looks to be the earlier still.
Francis is holding on to that salvos though.
Yep.
So that's something that could come in handy for that spike plant happening somewhat soon.
Clearing all the angles with the drone. You've still got a dart to layer in when your team starts to get complete control of the site. Team Secret can have a couple of moments here to try and settle things down, baited out the salvos too, so you don't have them immediately in for a bit
Mas
of a pressure
bawas
plan
ng
if this goes
kabila.
down.
Oh.
But it does buy time for the rest of Nongshim to get closer to the site. And that's when Dambi picks them off. Now down to Wilder to try to find and relay onto the next player, but
Kapag sila
Jason
yun,
Bash
ano,
suffering a
2G.
bit
Yan,
of a
si
defeat
Bossing.
as well.
Nakakupot kayo, boss, ah.
2G hiding inside of the smoke, trying to find some pot shots through. He will
Nice!
get away with
Nice!
one, but Jeremy falls as well. So even though
Nice
the
try.
spike gets planted, Nongshim with that one salvos gets close in enough.
Pistols 1-1, so technically they will equalize back again on the pistol mark for the whole of this.
Nice try, boys. Nice try.
Pacific.
Hashtag Team Secret, guys, sa lahat na nagbabalo dyan, guys. Dali, exclamation point, notify, saka hashtag Team Secret. Yan.
When he's not taken out immediately, he's able to get some things happening. And I think one of the worries for me lately, when we're watching a lot of Valorant, is when you've got a lot of these 5v5 duels from the teams, nothing is looking too clean.
Ba't
That
ganun yung
looked
pangalan
pretty
nila
well
nung
orchestrated from Nongshim there.
Pang Pinoy nga, madam. Pang
From the
Pinoy.
for the
Ang
long
Pinoy
run,
nga.
at least Team Secret beginning to kind
Hindi ata yung
of shape
Korean
an idea of
Pinay
where
kayo.
Nongshim love to position
Hashtag
themselves,
Team
especially
Secret,
given how
hashtag
they
Rapid Tools ko,
bought out so
hashtag
much of
model,
their utility
hashtag
from
lahat ng hashtag,
before.
ninashtag.
Lahat na ilagay mo!
Let's be main.
Yeah, he main though for Nongshim.
Ang daming
Scaring
nilagay
away
ni AJ.
Envy.
Si AJ na naman.
Binandaan pa nung una, nag-hashtag Team Secret. Eh, susundan naman ng puro
Well,
kagaguhan.
But look at this one between Margaret and 2GE.
Yeah, Margaret's got a lot to do
Ikaw din.
here when you think about it's a 1v2, but it does
Spotify,
present a
sino
different
yan?
situation
Renz
when you're
Ferrer.
judged to
Ano yan?
Big weapon for a
Tricks,
big boy.
Trixie De Guzman. Shoutout
But
sa'yo,
Nongshim
Piona
right now,
Pros.
nobody
Sino si
needs to
Piona
try
Pros?
and press the issue. Though, with Jeremy coming back towards
Yun
the
yun, madam.
final, this is where things get weird.
Okay,
Look at the damage
Sino
on
si
the
Piona
mark.
Pros?
looking for the spam through, but
Yung asawa ni
Margaret
ano?
tucks himself away safely.
Tama ba?
And now Persia noted at the back
Ah,
of the
hindi.
hold as
Sa
well, needs to call for a
5x.
little bit of assistance. Ivy here, next to the turret.
Fiona Pros?
Madam, iba na isip mo sa akin. Si Piona na asawa ni Sirek. Eh.
Barrel, gun barrel.
Oh, it's been spotted. And down to
Ah,
the
pala tumatawa
bulldog
ka, madam eh.
to pick them up.
Si madam, iba yung naisip sa mukha ko. Piona ng
And
Shrek.
himself a judge upgrade as well.
Yung ogre.
I still don't think that's going to be
Iba
enough for
yun,
him to
mali
close out
kasi.
the round, though.
Danby with
Dennis
the
Alexander,
shield as well,
tantana mo yung
so
hashtag
not
inner
too
Maris
early.
Nakal na yan.
Especially if he can carry that forward to the next round.
Nananahimik
and
na
step
ako,
back
ah.
over onto the sheriff
Pati
for
yung
the
tao
spike,
na
but
nanahimik na yun.
yeah, angle's a little bit
Pag-all
too
na
wide,
naman,
Danby
nako po.
side
Uy,
steps
7-7
away.
na!
So we tie the score up 7-7 now.
Yeah, the difference in that round that, you know, if Margaret goes down in middle and that
Ang
judge is
tanga,
able to
let
pick
it
up
go.
early on and play
Alam mo
advantage,
sa akin si
those are the
Elsa?
sort of what-if questions as well. But
Spy
good
X
stability
family.
brought by Nongshim at the end of
Ano
that
yan,
as we
AJ?
will look to get in towards the bonus round and then, of course, anti-bonus round for
Share nyo yung live namin. Tapos
Three
support na
alive
tayo
and
sa
that one
TS guys
pass
para
mark when you've got
tuloy-tuloy.
the
Kasi guys, ayan o, kita nyo, yung pambabalahura nyo sa akin, nag-all 7 tuloy. Kailangan hashtag Team Secret para ma-boost yung ano, confidence, tas tuloy-tuloy na.
ultimates available, but you're starting to get
Ilaban
close
na
towards
ito.
Francis's Armageddon.
Tara
A
na.
great priority
Ayan
on the
na nga,
defensive
eh.
side. When you got Team Secret, a team that can really play stretch towards this B long side of things, that Armageddon can really lock them out, lock them in.
Skin ba yan, madam? Skin na yan, no? Yung baril na yan. Yan.
For his overdrive
Kay Wild
shooting
Dory.
off as well.
Yep.
Hindi sila.
And this lean from Team Secret now.
Ang ganda nung skin, no?
Control towards A that
Oh.
they know they lost in the
Nag-riot
beginning.
talaga.
Nongshim are a
Napakalupit.
team that
Pero,
apparently are liking to grab the A main control at the very beginning because they're not seeing too much pressure established from Team Secret either, right? They don't have salvos, they're not running a Tejo to
thank
be
you,
able to
Marvin.
off-put it
Hi,
there.
Ron. Welcome to live stream.
There's the information that you want.
Really slow and steady pace, but
Na-detect na
unfortunately
kayo,
it's a pace which
mga
is
idol.
favoring Nongshim right now given the information that they're collecting.
Yeah, but all the pressure that was put down towards B ramp at the moment has made sure that there's some utility reinvested towards this B side. And
Alam mo lang, boys, yung inner piece na tinuro ko, dapat di mawala yun, ah.
So those won't be usable a little bit later on in the remainder of this round, where you get to the 30-second mark, you now know that Team Secret have made a call towards this A
Maganda ka sa
site score.
paningin ko. Maganda lang yung suot ko, bro.
Calm down, my boy.
Or maybe heat up, need something big.
Possibly, especially if you're looking to deter any incoming insurgents from
Nako.
stairs. The shear wall
Nasa-
has
nasa
been tripped, so
Plant
Hi,
is going to get
Jay.
denied by the salvos here. You got 10 seconds to try and
Yeah,
establish this
time.
one, and the rotate's already here from Nongshim.
it's ticking away. It's going to be
Nako,
really
yan na, yan
close.
na.
Team Secret, they're into sight, but can they get the spike down even? The shots there are
Yeah, 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 nice, 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 nice.
blazing past and
Nice one! Isa na lang yan, si Margaret na lang yan, ah.
Secret to get themselves in.
Yeah.
Nongshim playing a defensive stay-away game,
Not
managing to
nice.
pick the round up
My
against Team
boyfriend na po
Secret.
ba
All
kayong
the
dalawa?
attention drawn towards Dugout and Secret there from the Nongshim lads. It's just trying to buy some time for Margaret to sneak
Tinatanong mo,
on
ha?
in. He's the one that's the
Boyfriend,
least equipped
baby
going
girl.
into that
Ako
round for Nongshim.
magbo-boyfriend.
He's only got a ghost, but he's the one that's able to, in the end, when the time is low, deny the spike from getting planted. The Bulldogs, they do their job in the midst of all of that chaos as well. Darby throwing a spanner in the works. Francis trying to do what he can with all of that utility as well.
Ubus
but
eh,
it's the
sabayan
time
talaga eh.
that is the
Nabalo rin
problem for
talaga,
Team
guys.
Secret.
Tutukan.
That's awkward.
Labanan ng
And that was
tutukan
the bonus
talaga.
round picked up as well. A magnificent Red Bull clutch being picked up just
Ay,
through
kaya
that
ang
group
hirap
of
ng
alone.
laro
Team
na to.
Secret looking to bully their
Kaya
way
nahirapan
through
din
with
akong
another
i-coach
buy,
sila eh.
though. So back straight in towards A main, and Ivy will continue to hold given his utility. The arc rose popped. Francis finding the shots, peeking out of
Hindi tayo pa
nowhere,
yan.
and down to just Jesse Vash and 2G.
Na maliling sila ng
2G, of
pasok.
course, a little bit separated from the pack up towards middle. Jesse Vash still trying
Bossing
to go
na,
for
vlog
the
ka,
spin,
boss!
but unfortunately falls.
And now the information on where
Tuge!
2G
Ingat
is,
ka, Tuge!
he's already low as well, communicated by Margaret. So this is a extremely untenable situation for 2G. You would expect it would have
Lumpia yan, lumpia.
monolithic drop from Nongshim.
Ay! Ay, 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 ay!
At least
Nabalalabas pa eh!
at the very least,
Lang
whatever
bro.
he can find.
Nako, low na low
But,
na.
especially
Mahirap na
with information
talaga.
passed on over, Nongshim happy to collect.
And a bit of a buy up from Team Secret in that
Yes,
round as well.
I am.
Clack immediately shut on down at the very beginning, but a couple of members still holding what they need to invest into this new round. I'm curious as to what Wild Oreo is going to do. Of course, he's 2 away from the 2 to 4.
Nag-clutch
So if
pala,
they wanna
kaya
place
pala
full control in
9-7.
this round, they're going to have to try and establish control at A main currently, which Nongshim once again have
Guys,
gathered
yung inner
quite
piece na tinuro
convincingly.
ko,
A lot of
boys.
kills that come through from Francis there.
That's now one of
Yung
these
yun na magandang laruin, Wild Deep or
that
Dead
Team
Deep.
Secret has to try to figure out and move.
Kaya
forward.
minamalas kami dahil sa katulad mo, Elmar eh.
It was Team Secret that showed us
Kita mo?
7 to 5 half what a flawless
Ano
defensive
nangyayari sa
side could
score?
look like.
Oh, but it's been 6 rounds.
Jason, nagla-live na mamaya. Lumayas ka na rito. Ano nga, anong tanong?
Yeah, but still looking to run flawless on this defensive side, right? Like Team Secret did against Talent. So timeout here, invested for Team Secret. Need to have a great discussion on what they
Naku,
want to do around
andito
the
na
map.
si
Right?
Jesse.
You've
Puta
kind of
radis.
already been seeing Margaret just putting this utility
Kaya sila
into
nahihiya, no?
the
Pagka
streets,
na
seeing the
pinapakita
sort of
yung mukha.
Ice utility over towards the B site, more importantly. And then
Mga Koreano, may
control
ganun. Half
over at
face
A,
lang.
Supporting
Half face
cast.
lang sila.
It feels like a little bit there.
Eh,
Francis is
eto
doing
lalaki
big
eh.
heavy lifting.
Hindi, Koreano ba? Koreano yan.
Yeah, definitely.
Pag babae, half face oh. Litaw ang mata eh.
Just controlling a lot with the utility and the
Those-
setups.
Those team logos there look
Talaga
a lot
lalaki,
better
guys.
drawn than a lot of our players have been able to do here.
Well, you do have to wonder if he's doing that
Tama
from
na.
memory,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
or if he's gotten like a really good reference, but still a good hand. We'll see.
Elmar, lumayas ka rito. Hindi ko sasagutin yan. Kabastusan ni tinatanong mo.
The information game down A main.
Kailangan natin manalo, boys, para makapagsanggip na tayo.
Different look towards some of this Killjoy utility, though. Margaret's still going to be looking
Ayan,
over
yan.
towards connector.
Para
Measure
maano.
to start off. and that's your smoke scorn.
Ay, nadali siya pa rin nun.
Not how you want to start the round.
Not really, no.
You reckon?
I reckon. I reckon an Astra player is quite required on a map
Totally
like
lose
this.
the controller. That's no big, especially when Jeremy's picking up frags like this.
Losing
Jeremy,
losing
kailangan mo
Killjoy is probably
mag-init.
a little
Kailangan
worrisome for
nabulin
Nongshem,
nyo yun,
though,
huwag nyo
given that that was
pa-score.
the mid-control, and it allows Team Secret to spread towards
Ang hirap kasi
either
pag
side of the
natambakan
map
kayo
currently.
eh.
This is where your mid-round
Okay,
IGLing
hello.
needs to show quite the important strength.
Especially for Envy and Jesse.
Dennis, lalaking lalaki, pre. Huwag mo na pangaraping jowain
Team
ako.
Secret too, by the way. Able to upgrade some weapons into this here.
Pakantahin mo ng
Pressure
pyramid kasama
alleviated,
mo.
so yes,
Mababaliktad
weapons
yan laro.
upgraded.
30 seconds left.
Now looking to launch an assault into the site,
Nako,
but not
nako.
anticipating.
Naglag silang lahat ron.
Perched up on top that ledge.
And now they know where Envy is too, because the wall gets popped. He'll take the orb for a consolation prize. But any more bodies, he wants
Ba't
to...
sa Valorant ka na? Ano ba pakailan mo, Jocelyn, ha? Ayoko nakikita dito, baban talaga kita. Tatanong ka pa eh.
Be happy to save up for the next upcoming round.
Nah, they're going to have a buy in the next round. Unless you want to take a Guardian into it, you'd probably look to get rid of it.
Sa kalaban
Basta
niya.
riot man kasi ako, guys.
Oh. Okay, well, the smoke
Naku,
is
nakuha pa
that's
siya
gonna be
dun.
that death anyway.
Yep, now that's the buy round for Team Secret. Cosmic Divide available, one off the Hunter
Guys, report
Fury.
Jocelyn.
Wouldn't mind seeing
Jocelyn
that
is
because we
here.
need to see something big
Report
come out from
Jocelyn.
Team Secret to really start off this, hopefully now start off this attacking side.
Villanueva, Lord Jared, oo nga bro eh. Stress na naman ako sa mga lintik na yan.
They've called the timeout, but we haven't found
Baga,
any success
buta nga mga
outside
pro
of
player,
Team
kalaban
Secret.
nila yung other team lang eh. Ako kalaban ko, kayo mismo.
And if Francis is having a good day at the office, you know that's going to be quite scary. A lot of these members on Nongshim, any of them.
Boys, yung tinuro ko yung ano natin. Seryoso na guys.
Gulungan mo na. Bigyan mo
I
na
don't like
peace of
horror
mind.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was
madam,
trying to
okay
think of
na.
a title, but
Napadala ko na yung
I
secret
don't really watch
message.
them either. It's Final Destination.
Huwag ka na may stress, baka malasin Team Secret. Eh, Jesse, ikaw tong nag-pepectus eh.
Well, I do wonder what Team Secret's Final Destination is going to be so far on this map. They've been struggling to find it, you know.
You're at the minute mark. You've got mid control.
Nadali sila, no? Sila na yung planter, no?
From Dami
March
there.
your way down into its feeling possibly, but with Dambi sniping them out from the back around Art, that's just tough.
And what do you look to do now? You've still got to contend with the idea that Francis can buy a lot
Bossing,
of time with Selvo.
yan naman natin sila, bossing.
Grabe nung
Tinuro ko sa
pag-Valorant
kanila, boss.
Pag Valorant player ka, nakabangs. Meta yung nakabangs.
Go down the street too.
Ganyan ba yun, madam?
Tingnan mo.
Oh, and at this point, trying to work around that B main lurk pressure. Unfortunately, it's a macro that's being read by Nongshim.
You have
All
to see
too clear.
Wild Oreo. You have to see Wild Oreo
He's
do
got to
something.
march up. Oh, with the Armageddon as well.
Oh,
That is just...
That's the
Spike
spike.
here.
Nakakuha yun.
This round's done. It's over.
Okay lang, namatay yung spike carrier nila eh.
Absolute and utter consecration. The player's gone
No
down in the
time.
dirt. Spike
10
on the
seconds
ground,
left.
clanking away. And the rest of Team
8,
Secret looking to
7,
save up their
6,
weapons now,
5.
truly, fully. Francis is hunting them down.
I like it too, because if he's able to take away any guns here, that becomes a real problem for Team Secret. But now no one is going to be able to remove them.
Binigay, binigay. Eto, sunod-sunod na to.
Going to Nongshim on this defensive side. That's 6 in a row. 3 of them, by the way, to time. Yes, there were some that were a little bit lesser equipped, but time is the
Hashtag Team Secret, guys, para ano, miracle happens again.
You gotta love how
Ano
Time
feeling
is
pag di
just
ka kasali sa
so
usapang
right.
lalaki?
He's got a lot
Tol,
of
tinagot ko na yan sa
assists,
video ko, lagi akong kasali.
Last time out.
Well, yeah, Team Secret trying to recruit their own time as well.
Kailangan na natin, guys, ipadala yung mensahe.
You
Yung
kind of have
mensahe.
to give credit to how Nongshim
Yan
are
ang una
able to
kasi.
swap around their defenses so much and
Hindi
and
pa
Okay
they're
na.
very well and kind to how Team
Magkikilik
Secret
na yan
have
kay
to
boss.
break things open.
Yeah.
Hindi, minalas kami nung bumalik na naman to si Jesse.
Well, it does afford
Si
you
Jesse
different
kasi.
options, right? You can have the alarm bot in mid doors, you can have the sheer wall. We see a lot of teams look to do that
Ano
as
yun?
well. Thorns everywhere, alarm bot, nanos.
Wala ako natakam
You've
dun.
got so much to contend with on this defensive side.
Mag-go Team Secret ka na lang, Jesse! Sasamahan mo pa ng putragis na kistapis niya.
On the floor. You know, it really makes it hard if they're not
I
able
need yung
to
soup. Good
kind of
afternoon po.
find a gap around the map free of charge almost right now.
Zeki, hello, Pankeki, Amber.
Especially with that op coming in as well now.
Lalaki
Dambi
siya,
does have
lalaki.
the overdrive, so that's another option.
Hello, naaalala mo pa ba ako?
Away from the
Anong
steel
di
guard
ka
and two can
naman
drop
Ikaw sumira ng buhay ko, Jocelyn!
starting to get any forward momentum.
At this point, you're staring up against map point. It's not a great feeling, but Team Secret's
Fighting,
got
my
to
guys,
dig
please
deep.
do share the
Yeah.
live, guys, and comment
Bai's not
Team
Best
Secret.
either right
Let's
now.
go.
It's a good little flash. Will push
Kaya
down
nga,
the
guys,
Daniel.
basta Team Secret.
Yeah, but
Turn yung live
immediately Team
namin.
Secret just going to leave Wild Oreo back towards this B side, the rest of the team towards
Loko to
A.
si AJ.
Starting to clear it on out as well. Francis
Loko talaga yan,
did
madam.
go in here earlier and
O, tingnan mo
grabbed
si
that
Sira
ult.
AJ.
ulo.
Sunod na sila. Andito na sila ulit.
But if you do want to go to this
Kanta ka
A
daw ng
side,
pyramid.
I mean, look
Ang
who's
ina mo.
here. It's Francis. It's
Streamer,
Ivy.
kakakantahin.
Playing a high-low as well.
Attack.
Ooh! Down
Nice
to
dodge.
Ivy, but Invi
Uy,
gets the
grabe naman
spray
yun.
against them. The high-low working out in counter against Nongshim. That could very well be the spike plan that Team Secret are looking for.
Straight na, dalawa yung namatay sa
They
loob.
themselves have a Hunter's Fury to protect it with Jesse Vash going for the plant now. Envy
Hindi ka
buy some time with the Steel
nasisisi,
Guard, and
Jesse.
you'd need to see Nongshim did deep here to get this
Sinisi
back.
sila.
Well, they're sitting up on top of a lot of rounds,
Nice
so
one.
not too much pressure.
Guys,
for them.
support
Really
Jocelyn,
happy to find just some
Nararamdaman
simple
ko yung ano,
exchanges,
negative energy.
slowly making their way
3v2?
into the site.
3v2 yan, boys.
Triggered.
Oh, nice one, Duge.
Does spot
Duge,
out.
wait lang,
Duge.
That's just Dabby.
Nice one,
So
Duge.
much noise. A simple burst from 2GE will put him
Lumpian
down.
Tuge yan.
Team
Palong
Secret
palo
getting
na
an
si
attacking
Toge.
round on the board.
Grabe na,
It's
guys.
been a long time, you know, since they got around in the server.
Sunod,
right
sunod
now.
na to, madam.
That's going to be, you know, the story for the entire series.
Dalawa,
This is just map
Yun
one.
mo, grabe.
Katabi.
We hope there's a
Kung
long
ba,
time between
magkabiyak
these
na
guys.
ano eh.
Finally picking up the win, you know, for the whole series.
Right.
This
Okay,
is-
yes. Well, let's talk about
Kabiyak.
the fact that if Team
Nice.
Secret do lose this match, well, their playoffs are just done. They're not in at all. Are they going to get even a win in this stage?
So definitely feeling quite a bit of that. Team Secret still
Yeah,
needing to work their way across the map. That round was pretty good, but that was all won because Envy found those
I
two
mean,
crucial frags down in the ace.
That's really it, isn't it? If that even gets traded and there's
Ako
still
po,
either
Pampabuenos
Francis
ng
or
Team
either
Secret.
Ivy still
Jesse
alive
nga eh.
there, that can just stave off any more aggression
Sige,
or
Jesse.
rotations from
Sige,
Nongshim.
ikaw
Regardless,
Sige,
though,
sabi mo
for
yan
the
eh,
last round,
paniwalaan mo
this
sarili
round,
mo.
Everybody's equipped with the guns that they want. You're starting to piece together some info yet again at the A main with this drone that does actually not spot
We need
Darby.
to win, boys.
He knew it.
Nako!
Envy
Nice one!
with the reactions will take on Dambi. Now, in with the Hunter Sphere as well, but
Chill lang si
nothing
Idol
found.
doon.
Oh, Francis though, one bolt.
Gusto nyo, tutukan lang yan. Tamo nauna pa yun pumutok, pero ano.
2GE.
Well,
What's
Dorio,
the
dyan ka
call?
lang. Talagos yan.
Hey, not seeing
Ate Leon,
anybody over
Lion
there.
Port, pag nanalo po
Duel
ba
with Wild
Team
Oreo.
Secret,
Francis
hawagayway
is
mo,
gonna make it all
tante mo.
work for the remainder of this round.
Kinalaman nun, hanip ka. Magsa-celebrate lang kami.
Buy some utility out, then launch your assault into A. But Francis, early salvos now. Might be a little bit telling for Team Secret.
Oh, Steel Garden in. Wait for that to go completely there. The TP. Ah, can't best Jeremy.
Yeah, it does get a dig
Nice.
though, so still a little bit of damage done, but then that's where Team Secret rushes to get the spike planted. Jeremy pushes
Nice.
forward to deny any
Yan,
potential
nag-iinit na
rotations
siya.
coming through.
And that's a
This, yes, is going to be the round 1 in full with Team Secret on the
Grabe,
meta game.
2v5 ba?
Wise decision from
Nice
Nongshim
one,
to
ah.
save, but even wiser from
Planted
Team
na rin.
Secret to
Iikot
recollect
yung
together
dalawa.
after Darby's not able to
Nasa
find the
kabilang
opening
ano
duel.
sila.
Wait for some of that utility to come back online and go together as a team.
Or iba-buy time nila to? Nasa kabila
Ganda
yung
ng
dalawa.
kupal sa taas. O, taragis kamay ka.
But surely
Kabila
Team
yung
Secret
dalawa. Yan na, lumalapit na.
able to find a lot of these.
Hindi na rin siya nakali sa pwesto niya.
As well.
Jeremy, ala,
While
ala.
Nongshim are holding
Ayun
on to their
na.
weapons for the next round. They're also a little bit shaky.
Ay,
And that
nagulat
tough
ako ron.
loss against Talon last week.
Nice
I know
one,
it's kind of
11-9.
early in the season. Well, it's
Aba
not
lang.
entirely early in the season, but they
11
are a
na.
team that are facing the threat of.
Magkano kilo ng pusit? Malay ko ba? Anong ka sa streamer ng kilo ng pusit?
And the next one, that'll get them in the playoffs. So we'll wait and see. You know, early today.
Boss Leo, ikaw ba ang muse ng Team Secret? Mental coach lang, Jason!
You kind of want the champion spot. You need those.
Mate, you want every win, you want every game 13-0.
May muse
you
bang
want
lalaki?
6-0s,
Escort
you
yan,
want to lift the
escort.
trophy.
Ah,
and
escort.
have everybody
Escort yan,
down
guys.
there. That's what you ideally want.
Hopefully.
Well, Again, deja vu back towards the A side.
Jared,
This is a Jeremy is gonna be leading with
Desipulo.
dimensional drift. A lot
Di
of
ko
numbers
kailangan
here
ng
already
ganyang
for
comment.
Nongshim as well. Gets the kill, gets trade.
Good little wallbang
Wait lang.
shot. Well, this is a place that we've been in before, right? Team Secret still trying to back themselves into A.
Raid boss Francis down for the count as well.
You do have Downbeat in with the op, holding the angle currently. No information found for Nongshim around, the outskirts of Art.
Albert
Team Secret
Christian.
still trying to piece together the
Albert Christian Anyag. Shoutout sa'yo, bro.
There is somebody
Buti
who
pa yung
asks,
tao.
Rendezvous, get some info that Team Secret, well, are they playing the same as the last round? It's cheeky
Kuya
for
Ron na
2GE
to,
to catch
bugo.
anybody here if they're going to go
Okay,
for a
baby.
rotate through mid.
Hi, Alexa.
But it would only be Margaret.
Panood po ako.
Yeah, you could hold the angle.
Go lang ha. Nood lang kayo tapos may kasamang
Trying to
suporta.
get the pinch on.
Yung-
The interesting thing for me is that Team Secret
Ano gagayahin si Jess isa si
recognize what
AJ.
utility is going to be at this B site here, right? They've not been able to really find any deep momentum in towards this
Wala
B
pala.
site just
Ay,
yet.
trade nga
While Dorio's been
pala.
taking a couple of duels here and then ultimately falling off.
And if Margaret,
Nasa
possibly playing the retake game, just finds a single pick, that would be locked down.
But you've still got Steel Garden too, and
Nasa
a wall for
sila.
Persia, so they've got a lot of these key components to mount a retake.
So many chances and opportunities,
nasa
but
taas agad.
ultimately playing it safe. Nongshim just
Agad
looking
sa
for that
pisngi mo.
one
Aso ka ba,
point towards
Jocelyn?
Map point. Steel Garden instantly ripped and let go. Overdrive now coming in, and that's Dumby
Hello.
finding the trace onwards. Double kill.
No.
2GE trying to salvage the round.
Okay lang.
Out
Alam
from
mo yan,
Overlord,
pre.
he's alone.
Ito yan.
Pushes in, but that's the spray from Persia around the back.
Nice try
One
yan.
point for Nongshim.
Ah,
Team
ni
Secret
panswerte
down in the
nun.
dirt.
Yeah, having to get towards this B site without baiting out
Chris
anything
Shade.
enormous.
Umama yung ult.
Unfortunately, gets close. I will admit, that 1 versus 2 gets in the smoke, gets
Sila
down
yung
off the
iyak.
defuse. Maybe Persia's not
Sobrang
able to find it,
ganda
and
niya
Team
pareho.
Secret are holding on. But
Sino yung
now
chicks na white
there's
haired?
3 chances.
White haired.
Leo Mio,
This
hindi
one
yun
back. And
fix.
that's why in this
Gwapo
round I'm a little
yun.
bit confused, right? Why there's a rotation.
Naka-TGR lang ako, so wala pala akong karapatan magpakulay ng buhok talaga, ano.
You saw some of the Vice utility in Art, don't get me wrong, but Margaret, I mean, if you're
Ang tanong
doing
ni
your
EJ,
due
Team
diligence
Secret
as
lang, hashtag
Jesse
Team
Bash
Secret
has
lang,
shut
okay
down
na
the
yun eh.
entryway where a Nanoswarm generally
Team
is,
Secret,
at least that was
laban.
there.
Laban boys, ilan lang yan, o apat lang na sunod-sunod ba?
Enough time.
Asa magra-rush na yan?
Oh,
This is a different look for Nongshim in this round.
Kalma lang, Team Secret.
They crash out. Salvos deep into B main.
Yep.
They attempting to flush Team Secret somewhere.
Well, just that is making sure that it's keeping Team Secret's early engagements a little bit honest, right? They have to put some utility down early to reclaim the control, which is going to be this drone, which is going to be, something that Jesse Vash has really been using to just clear these choke points nice and early, right? We see it so much in this map for him. Over towards A early, over towards B now that he's forced to use.
Nako,
And meanwhile, Envy
huwag ka mauuna bro,
up
wild.
towards A main. But look at on the radar, all of the utility that surrounds this A
Nice.
side here for the double senties.
Blind siya nun.
Team Secret XTV Patrol, si Raul.
They've got to make a decision sooner or
Yeah.
later.
If they get spot out over at that A site, a lockdown can just buy so much time. There's nothing to destroy that here for Team Secret. Wild Oreo.
Parehas sila naka-OP,
shoulder.
dalawa.
Ooh, he does get the tag, but not
Ooh.
the frag.
Nice!
And instantly,
No!
lockdown placed on towards
Okay
A.
lang.
They saw that there's only one player around B main. That's a whole tell. Jesse Vash, though, still pushes up front. Does
Thank
find the
siya,
wall
thank you
back.
sa
Jeremy now
100 star. Ay,
to
sa
cut them
99
around
star.
Link.
100 na rin.
Connected
I
as
love you, Asia.
The smoke. Oh, they're not going to be able to play off
Buti
it.
ka pa.
Still inside
Binubus
of sight,
mo
and that's
ako.
enough of a presence
Yung
to
iba
deter
dyan, walang
Team Secret
suporta
from
eh.
locking
Kaya minalas
themselves
kami.
in. Now goes for the swing, but that's going to be
Thanks.
Envy
Nice
working
one.
alongside his teammates to gun
Isa na
down
lang,
any
isa na lang.
incoming
Ano lang, boss pa yan.
players.
Nice
Just
one,
down to
guys.
Persia, and that will be
No time na, nice
around.
one, nice one.
Beautifully
Ah,
picked up by
sunod-sunod
Team
mo
Secret.
na.
Really close.
Yeah, I'd
Yan,
love to see how they
boys.
actually
Isa na
managed to
lang
find
yan,
Margaret
go
the
pa.
spam through the dugout wall, but also the fact that Jeremy shifts in towards a little bit of a solo lurk mode, in through connector, down through water as
Leo
well.
Mio, pasyaro naman,
Getting a
kanta ka
little
naman
bit
ng Katang
sneaky-deaky
Pep.
from him there. As Team Secret will achieve
Katang
double
isip yung
digits
gusto mong
now
sabihin,
on
iba yung
12.
tinype mong
Really
bugok
gets
ka.
down to Persia, who this time at the
Nice
same
one,
angle
Jeremy.
as the last attempted save back.
Sunod-sunod na to, boys!
So,
Sunod-sunod na yan, sunod-sunod na yan.
Kailangan nila manalo.
Yeah.
F1 broadcast, dangerous. How dare you? Ah, he got scanned. That's
Para
why.
mahabol na naman.
That's why he pushed
Mukhang
up.
mag-match point pa sila.
So kind of nullifying that lockdown now, and at the same time,
Hindi naniniwala ako.
you're striving
Nagana
for
na
that
yung
overtime.
tinuro.
Nongshim
Maging masaya kasi
watching
tayo,
their
boys!
economy as well. And that's what I was worried about. So
Turuan
my
mo nga,
math
sabihin mo,
was
ngumiti
somewhat
naman sila.
although I wasn't
Kaya nga
fully
yun,
pleased
hindi.
with it.
Wala rin kasi nilang nakikitang pagngiti sa akin eh.
Still pretty proficient in gathering.
Kaya
Kulay
ba-
pink na panty mo, Lion Pork. Eh siya, nag-I love you na ako lahat eh. Bugo ka rin pala.
Just need to not see
Sabi,
mistakes in this round from
Alan,
Team
titi sa
Secret.
gift.
Nongshim, of course, the half buy. I'm hoping to see Francis
Amber,
hold on to
hello
that
po.
Armageddon for the next round because that could be some pretty
Okay ka na
Good old
kanina eh.
extenders there.
Ginagdagan mo pa ng katarantaduhan.
Jeremy as well, one off the dimensional drift. But for this round,
Jeremy.
much slower look for Team
Grabe, parang
Secret.
immune na ako
See
pag
if they can catch
nasigaw
anyone
si
of Nongshim off guard a little
Sila
bit. The
yung
drone
parang
now
normal
towards
day na
A
lang.
yet again.
Similar default though.
Another
Normal
day.
araw na rin sa akin yan, madam. Kaya nga yung mga... Hindi ko pa rin matanggap na nagkaganyan yung mga viewer ko eh.
Entry that they're looking for.
The timing as well from Francis.
Inaalam ko, madam, kung paano ko
As soon
gagamutin
as
yung mga
Darby
yan.
gets spotted, just
Kailangan mo
immediately
silang
staving off
gamutin.
any assault.
Paano?
That just completely pushes Team Secret onto the
Kailangan
other
mo
parts of the map,
gamitin ng
namely
Yep.
B Link and
Peace
B
of mind.
main.
Ivy needs to get
30
close
seconds left.
close to these jewels if he wants to try and
10 seconds
assist
left.
his teammates here.
You need to plan.
Gets the fan out, Armageddon
Nice,
deployed.
Jeremy.
Trying to cut the
Oh, no,
armor
no, no,
out,
no,
and
no,
this
no,
is
no.
a slight opportunity. Ivy will find the
Nice,
frag.
nice, nice.
Jesse
Ne-
Vashmaller
Oh
sleeping
no,
in.
no, no, no. Hindi magsaka na lang, bro.
Look where it is.
He is way too far away, kind of
Dapat may yan, pre.
separated,
Wala magagawa.
disconnected
Alam
from
nila
where
yun.
the rest of his team were.
he
So
has to
rushing
win.
run over, he's sprinting, he's trying to get the rush in, but Salvo's deployed at the right time, no time to pick up the spike.
Nice try, boys. Nice try talaga.
Will deny Team
Eh,
Goals
pero,
playoff. They
ganda
already
na-
win all
grabe lang
throughout the
kayo.
entire stage 1 season.
Araw-araw
They've been
ng
struggling,
ganyan,
Nongshim
mukha
struggling
ninyo.
somewhat as well, but this is a very lovely recovery.
Bawi tayo next
I wonder
match.
how, you know, our
Giancarlo
team
Enyo, ang
all this
ganda
as
niyo
well.
po
So I
palang
gotta toss it
dalawa.
back over to
Yung
them
nasa
with
baba
big
ka lang,
time
si madam
Pilsky
lang ang
and Mika.
puriin mong maganda. Ako, gwapo ko. Share nyo yung live natin, di kasi kayo nag-share, kaya tayo nadad... Share nyo yung live natin, di kasi kayo nag-share, kaya tayo nadadali eh. Naungusan tayo. Kayo din, bahala kayo.
Compared to for this
Eh, si-report nyo
small
kasi.
chaos, this is what I want.
Nang-i-scam eh.
Team Secret had such a lead, and I feel like
Ayusin nyo
Nongshim
natin
didn't
yung
even
ano.
do anything too
Hindi
special.
pakat
That's
eh.
the problem.
This game made me feel sad. That's what I would say. Watching the first half, I was so optimistic. I was so
Ay,
optimistic.
isa pa
and then
dito yung
it began
isang
to fall apart.
caster.
Jeremy on top of
Pinay.
Team Secret
Yan.
did play a great game with
Pinay
ba,
Francis
madam?
on the other side, but
Nagkakas din yan
it
sa
wasn't
league.
enough for Team Secret in this
Makikita
match.
mo dito.
I guess not. I mean,
Ay, good, good.
I felt like they had some good rounds and some
Ah,
good
pala
ideas.
kamukha ni,
I
ano,
agree, they
Miles
had a very hot
Ocampo.
start. You know, Jesse Vash
Tama
was
ba yung ba yung
dominating
nakita ko
people
kanina?
almost half his age, and I was
Pinay
just
talaga
wondering what the hell was
itsura eh.
going on. Jeremy was
Oo,
fantastic
yan.
on the Yoru.
Yan.
And we kind of talked about it. Like, this is a map that Team
Galing
Secret
yun.
has
Ilang
played
years
kind of
pa
on
yun.
and off.
Ah,
They've
kay
moved
Jeremy,
through a
oh.
couple of different styles. Earlier on, they were playing that kind of more Ascent meta comp in kickoff. And then we've moved into now like this chamber Yoru style, where you play this slower game. Definitely was
Maris
a very
pasakal,
slow game
tira
from
ulo.
Pearl here, and there was some promising rounds for Team Secret, but especially that second half, things really started to get away from them, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Gwapo
I
sa
want to
Jeremy.
highlight the stuff that was good from Secret and why.
Eh siya, tantanan mo ako, hindi ko kailangan ng star mo kung ipay-reveal lang sinasabi mo.
Round 4 is the most important round in the half. It's that first big 5v5.
This was almost a perfect round, like dart, double
Hinay-hinay
swing,
lang,
and then
boys.
this happens as well.
Yeah, they have the Yorul ready. They decide not to play retake.
Sayang
with it,
na
which
ng
is
momentum,
fine.
boys, eh,
You know,
no?
they clearly have a plan. He gets one kill, gets all the information. They're so composed. He gets the ping. Like, I was watching this round, like, okay, Secret are back.
Kailangan
Like, this
nilang
is a
ano, guys,
really
pag
nice,
nadadalawan
really
silang
round
sunod,
in the most important round
hindi
of the
sila
half.
matatluan.
So I was thinking,
Pagka tatlong
okay,
sunod-sunod,
we're back. Like, my prediction
nagdidire-dire.
could be right here. We have a chance. And then we watched all the way through the rest of that first half. You know, we see Jesse
Anong red
Bash
dings
going
ko
crazy.
ngayon?
I think we got some
Galit
good
lang
hits
ako.
going, but nuts as well. And I was blown away. I was like, this is a fantastic
Sipin mo na,
first half by
nadali
Secret.
na
What is it
tayo,
about this
naglalag na
Asian
nga yung
area
game
for
na
Jesse Bash
sinusuportahan
as well?
nating
This
team
dude
eh.
only
Ang
frags
Team
and,
Secret
like,
eh.
right in this
That's where he
position.
lives.
Ganyan pa
This is
sasabihin
called
nyo.
Jesse Vash from now on. This guy owns.
Yeah.
from
Ganda ng
A
ginagawa ni
stands,
Bossing
honestly.
Jesse Bash.
I felt like this,
Oh,
this
maganda
first
ginawa.
half
Sayang
would have been
kinapos.
9-3 towards Secret. That's like he spams, etc. But then you know, we move across onto that second half, Pilski, and things really start to fall apart.
Uy, sa mga nagtatanong
Yeah.
pala kung may
That's the
roster
problem.
change
It's the
sa
same
Team
story
Secret, wala
once
po.
again. Team
For
Secret
Wala,
started
wala, wala.
off with amazing
Wala.
momentum. They look
Pero may bago
amazing.
silang,
You are
coach.
so hyped for them, and I'm
Historian.
like, yeah, let's go. Something happens in the middle of the map. There, you can see the miscoms are evident. There's something up, and they
Ayan!
can't seem to just get back.
Yeah, look at
Yeah,
how much they
basta yung
ran the
babae.
clock down on that attacking side, as well as
Tumutulong
a
yung
few
maggas.
unforced errors that we'll look at. Some of the
Oo,
replays
pinay na
here
pinay
for,
nga, madam.
It comes
Ay,
down to
diretso yan.
bonus and first gun round, and this is them really running the clock down, taking a lot of time against the Teo comp. Once you get down to 15 seconds, that's where you got some more salvos
Natalbog
ready to
ba
go,
yan?
and this round gets
Ano
very
dyan,
messy
Jaden?
using Nongshim on the
Notify
bonus,
Chris
flooding straight
Shane
back into
Dulay.
the
Shoutout
side,
sa'yo,
and
Chris
Margaret,
Shane Dulay.
Hero, the unexpected
Ay, Kinnick
man
Reyes.
with just
Yan.
a ghost and not much else in his hand,
Chris-
able to deny the spike, but then
Leo
this
Mio,
round
kailan
was
lalabat
pretty
ads mo
egregious.
sa Modest?
Jeremy goes in with
Hindi
the
ko
overall,
papangaraping
fantastic
lumabas
game,
yan,
but
pre.
TPing right in front of Ivy, pretty much dying for free, and then we go one by one through the Nebula trying to contest this A main smoke. This is the kind of round that you will watch later as Coach Meow, and you'll be face palming. At the end of the
Coach
day,
Meow.
MVP goes
Ayan
to
si Francis.
Francis. He was the
Parang
best
Pinay
player
din si
for
Francis.
Nongshim in kickoff. He was phenomenal.
Francis eh,
Kickoff,
saka
this is another
Margaret eh.
excellent game from Francis. I think if there's
Parang
ever
Pinoy
one of the
talaga,
like, top
Margaret.
Korean teams that needs an IGL, like you just
Margaret
whatever it
yan.
costs
Yeah.
to get this man. Honestly, this guy's insane.
No matter what,
Ay,
get him.
Black Heart,
Get him on your team. I feel
Ang
this
cute
Yal,
guy
ano yun?
is incredibly smart. He knows
Yan,
exactly
Yuki
the
Santos,
pulse of
shoutout
someone.
sa'yo from
And
Saudi
that's why
Arabia.
this
Yan,
makes
ingat
Nongshim
sa'yo
so
dyan, boss.
frightening because they can actually
Huwag ka na
take
uuwi
that
dito,
lead
boss,
and
kasi araw-araw makikita mo yung mga balahuran na yan.
Going back to Team Secret though, mentioned like
Arabi.
IGLing. I know they've been experimenting a bit, tossing around that ball within the players.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's paying off.
The thing is, like, part of that is just the side effect of how Pearl is played and the comps that they were playing. They were
Oh.
playing very slow comps. Secret was running down the timer time and time again. And they did have actually a couple of decent rounds in there, but just the way
Need
that
na
they
nila ng
started that
pahinga,
half,
boys.
especially in a 13-10 game, just
Nakabahan sila pagka
unfortunately.
Yeah,
all
and you had that
na eh.
little side quest with Wild Oreo, and maybe it was like Ivy, or maybe it was Francis over on B. You
Wait
know
lang,
what's
guys,
happening
sorry.
over there? It's the operator showdown somewhere there.
That was fun.
That always happens on Pearl. Going over into Split though, how are we feeling? Because Nongshim, I don't think they have to fix anything.
Here's the thing. They played Waylay last time. I hope that that doesn't happen again.
Kailan ka nagsimula magbra? May never ako nagbra, JD.
Waylay comp, and they got 11-13 despite Danby not having the best stats. This is a map that Nongshim has felt very confident on and has been well and truly in their wheelhouse.
mo yung
I mean, if you're
dahilan
picking it
kung ba't
against
ako
T1,
nagagalit.
and it's a map that T1's known
Intik
for playing
ka.
banger games on it. You are feeling pretty
tanong
confident
ka
on
pa
this
eh.
map. For Team Secret, they've not played
Tsaka
it
sa
in a
mga
while,
dahilan eh.
Yeah.
since kickoff, I believe. So I feel like this is kind of one of those
Leia
maps that
Khalifa,
they're gonna show us something
tarantado ka.
completely new on, and they're going to be picking into this series. But I just don't get the sense that they're going to be playing against the same Nongshim comp. I don't think.
Kamukha mo si Alodia,
Nongshim's
tank
up with
build.
Waylay. I don't expect them to run away.
Eh, kung sino kamukha
I
mo?
very much agree. I want to see what Team Secret have cooked up here because you need something if you're going to pick this.
Guys, yung
So we've
shoutout
not seen
muna
players
matino
in
para
Stage
ma-boost
1.
tayo,
What do you
guys.
have prepared? And was it prepared to
Hindi
come
kayo,
this way?
hindi kayo tumitino maski sa ang larangan ng ano.
I hope that they're a little bit further forward than that.
Need natin manalo, boys,
They
no?
need to come up with something. I'm definitely worried for Team Secret now. I felt like they needed Pearl in this veto, so they really need to surprise me, turn this series around. Play like you did in the first half. Like, you had it.
Like the
You had
first
it.
map of kickoff, the first half of every
Sabi mo
series.
lang first team ko, isipin kong lalaki ka na. Di ko kailangan ng fulfill mo.
Perfect round of defense Pearl. Like they actually couldn't have done a better round, and it's always in games.
Ang
that
init
they're
ng
losing
Pinas,
series,
lalo
they're
mo pang
losing, like,
pinainit.
it's The reason why Team Secret is
Init na,
frustrating is 'cause
papainitin mo pa
sometimes they
ulo
play
kong
perfect
bugok.
Valorant, but
Yeah.
they just can't find success.
No, you're absolutely right. The Team Secret that plays in like the first 10 minutes of the map is totally different from the Team Secret that you see on the later half. What is going on here? There is something that is not converting, and there's something that
Kaya
cannot
nga
be
eh.
sustained within this team. So,
Di nila
whatever needs to happen
masustain.
here, this is their last chance to actually push it, to even stand that little 0.1 12% chance of making it into
Correct
playoffs. Or I
si
don't know, I
Ante ko
can't
dyan.
math, but they need to win this.
Last
They need
chance
to
na
find
talaga.
some energy. I'll throw
Kaya
some
kailangan
Red
nila
Bulls
ibigay
down
best
to the
nila.
stage. if that's what you need, come on, guys. Like,
We're gonna have a WHS dispute.
Ganda. Patugtugin mo nga yung ganda mo by QC. Ano bang kampatuloy mo, Jocelyn?
You are not going to playoffs.
Yeah.
Please
Eh,
get that
Jocelyn,
into
lagi
your
mo
head.
naman
You need to be
pinapangit ulit.
consistent. Now is there's no more.
Hindi na naman kasi si Jocelyn Boyd eh, kaya nagkakaganyan na naman yung comment eh. Pag nakikita nila,
I can't take this.
ginagaya nila.
We can play great Valorant. I just need to see them deliver it. Please.
Yeah,
O yung mga
Nongshim,
bata
on
dun
the
sa
other hand,
comment
I mean,
section,
they've
yung-
already played all of their tough games in this group. In theory,
Mamaya,
they
dalhin
just
nyo
need
sa mga
to
high
finish
gear.
off Secret here and then play Zeta, who are playing
Magulat
better, but that should be
namin.
another team they should be pretty comfortable coming into that matchup. They're 1-2.
Yeah.
If they win these two series back to back, then they're going to be going into playoffs. So let's have a little bit of a look
Bakal
at
po
what
ba yung
these teams
napkin
have been
nyo?
preparing here. Team Secret picking this map.
Pre,
I'm
kala
assuming
naman
they're gonna
ganun,
have to
kahit
start
lalaki
on
ko,
the
alam ko
attacking
yun.
side, and indeed they are. It is going to be double duelist. Raze and Yoru with the singular initiator of the
Okay.
Fade. Jesse Voucher will be playing that.
Yan na.
And you get 2G
Yung map
on the
nila-
front
May
side,
Viper
and
sila.
he's actually going to be flexing onto Omen.
Yeah, I like it from Team Secret with Nongshim across
Same
the other
pila,
side. We
same.
see pretty much staying with what they had before, but not the way like we are seeing the pattern to Neon from Danby, so they're clearly
Right.
moving well away from that. I
Viper,
do think
Yoru,
it can be
Fleet,
quite hard
Omen,
for this
Raze.
double duelist
Ganda.
against the Deadlock and the Viper.
Kaso nga
It's
lang ang
really
maganda
about
sa
how are they able to
Nongshim,
destroy
meron
those
silang
Deadlock utilities.
na yun pang rush.
Well, it comes to a
Baka
head
hindi
over
nila.
here. Can Team Secret finally secure
focus
this?
na lang sila.
Or is this Nongshim
Grabe
all the way?
talaga,
We're
oh.
gonna find out as we head into split. We're gonna toss it
Ang
down.
lapit
Quack
yung
and
kay
Komodo.
Wildorio. Yung kay Wildorio, ang lapit ng...
Very much so appreciated, Mika.
Ganyan
That
ata
toss was
kapag
lovely, and
gumagamit ka
yes,
ng
we are
OP,
very much
pumalayo.
going into this.
Tutok na tutok
It's
sa
going to be a
skin.
slight double
Tutok
duelist,
na
but you do
tutok
have
eh.
kind of
Parang
an
matamis
idea about this composition coming from Team Secret as well, right?
Yeah, we got Nongshim versus
Yo,
Team
pogi pa
Neon
shoutout.
in the
Shoutout
server,
kay
so it's a repeat
Hilda
here,
Catalo
but it's Team Secret
Bachiria.
who will be opting to run that T1
Kaya nga, wala pa nga.
I am interested to see how proficient they are going to be running this one, as well as we know
Eto
that when we
na!
think of T1, we really think of
Good
Meteor,
luck,
we
Team
really think
Secret.
of Izu,
Bigyan nyo na best
such
guys.
as Split.
Bigyan nyo na
Could
best
be any
nyo.
idea from
Eto
2GE,
na, last na
for
to,
example,
Team
with the
Secret.
lurks on this attacking side.
And it's at the very least going to be really interesting to see Wildora onto this Raze
Break
now,
the
but they're just
momentum.
coming straight into the Gravnet from Ivy, instantly collected upon. And now Wildora trying to hold the angle, does
Nice.
find the exchange.
Okay.
Looking for some more. Of course, Wild
Namatay
Oreo
si
back
Ivy.
on this Raze. He's not shied away from Raze in the history of Valorant,
Naku,
of course.
ano to?
Pretty proficient on this agent.
Kahanan to ng
But in
Team
this
Secret
caliber
ang
of
map
play,
na to.
will that be the case? Margaret to dispatch a 2GE, looking for a second, and he does it
Hindi naman
gorgeously
sana
as well,
mag-use.
Black.
Oh, and then Wild Oreo now trying to march up forward, but his footsteps made known very loud and clear. The spike
2v3. Boss yung isa.
all across garage. It's going to be tough to pick that one up.
You would think so. So Margaret gets all the
Andyan,
information.
Nako,
and
nagra-rush.
Trying to escape, he does.
Okay, we've got the smokes up, but Swell, and now it's just Wild
Okay.
Oreo. Need to find frags
2v1, 2v1.
Persia alone out of
Nasa likod nyo.
nowhere.
They are both.
Ay, nasa
pretty
baba sila.
Sa likod
I
niya!
have no idea that Persia's right up behind them, right underneath their
Nice,
noses.
nice, nice,
Wild
nice,
Oreo
nice, Wildoro.
doesn't
Nice one,
like
nice one.
turns around.
Yeah, that
Kailangan
crossfire
lang
up
nila
at the tower
diretsuhin
there,
nyo na
unfortunately, for
yan.
Nongshim doesn't work out.
Diretsuhin
nyo lang.
Situation, and they
Sa second half
lose
kasi
the
nag-iiba daw sila eh. Nakita rin ng mga caster yun.
Just reset a little bit.
Nag-iiba sila.
Beginning stages,
Laging ganun.
Ivy overheating with that deeper right click as
Ilan
well.
guys yung inner piece natin?
Pistol round,
Team Secret.
Of course, we saw, you know, exchange over in the first
Kailangan
round.
mag-init ito, Ge. Tuge, mag-init
First
ka,
one, so
Tuge.
they are able to echo that here as well.
So not
Pag
too bad
mabilisan,
for Team
magaling
Secret
din
to
si
kick things
Toge
off
pag-
this way. Definitely
Kailangan
feeling
mag-init ito, Ge.
a bit of boost in morale. And also Nongshim Classic, by the way.
Looks alright.
All
Man.
right.
It looks alright. Kind of looks the same to me as a lot of the other bundles, but not everyone has the same vision as I have, unfortunately. So
All right, you're colorblind. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting that.
I just get the bundles to support the teams. I love Valorant. And
Yes.
yeah,
And when you get the
Grabe,
logo on there as well,
that's true.
which is always nice, especially when
Lord.
you expect it. But right
Basic
now,
pareho.
it's Nongshim to try to stack up.
Yeah,
Quad
this is-
stack.
Ilalim ni Oben.
it could be good.
Labas
It
Oben,
could be
pag
not.
lumabas ka, patay ka.
Could be.
De-delay din ba dalaw mo? Ikaw araw-araw kang bugok.
And that's going to be
Yeah,
Sal.
well,
Oh,
Nang delay sa katarantaduhan mo.
Oh, they got two of them.
with the
Doon ako
Salos as
dalawa.
well.
But it's a 3 versus 5. None of those guns are retrievable. Time to be bought by Ivy, dropping the deadlock util over at the B site, and you do have this lurk from 2GE. as I said, doing his best media impression.
Oh,
But can he really have the same impact in this map?
I don't know,
Good
man.
game.
Mio was finding so many heads-up duels. We have yet to see that from 2GE so far in the entire season.
I love this
He saw it.
repositioning.
He saw the elbow.
But do they know there's 3 players
Okay.
now back at the A site?
You
Inay-inay lang, bro.
So
Naku, tatlo yan, bro.
hopefully they do, and they will be able to find the
Nice
the
one.
friends
Isa pa, bro.
needed. Jeremy at
Nice,
least will be able
nice.
to
Dalawa,
run
dalawa,
that
dalawa.
double. But down to it, Persia
Boss
now
yan, Persia, oh.
by the Fade utility and still alive, trying to keep himself long enough for Ivy to come back in with the additional support. GrabNet will land on towards a possible target.
Okay.
Nice.
Jesse Vash in with the Spectre, quick on the
Okay,
draw.
nice one, nice
to
one,
take
nice
the
one, nice one.
round.
Tuloy lang, guys. Tuloy-tuloy lang. Eh, siya lumayas ka rito. Magsama kayo ni Jocelyn.
A little bit more difficult for them
Hello,
even
Marvin.
in the
Hello
5 versus
po.
3 advantage to really try and do something.
Buti na lang nag-live ka, tagal ko nang di nilalap.
When there's a deadlock, when there's any sort of stun, you know, you think of even Fracture when you've got Breach, for example. You're just going to see proficiency in a lot of these combinations.
It's just best possible scenario in that round for Nongshim. The fact that they found that around Garage.
And had the right rotations towards A, but Jeremy's just able to get in there and
With
find
the
the
gun.
kills.
Ilan po bisita nyo sa Mars? Mauna ka na, pra.
A lot of damage in that previous means that it's a bit weaker for Team Secret.
Yeah, and a very good chance for Nongshim to strike back. Barrier mesh down mid already.
Yeah, quite deep.
2-0 na yan,
Gives
bro,
a
ah.
bit of time.
Tambakan nyo na.
If you want to try and break that one with the pistols, you're not going to be able to do it, so it just puts a little bit more of a heads up for Nongshim on the
Let's go.
extremities of the map. A little bit more towards this A
Is Team
site
Secret
at
the
the moment,
only
where the head
PH
of
team playing in
2GE
Pacific?
may
Yes.
have just been spotted by
Ah.
Zombie. Not 100% sure.
True.
Wall to be broken in mid,
Sila po
however.
yung nasa
The
VCT
deadlock wall,
Pacific.
not the Viper wall, that's up.
Na nag-represent
You
ng
can't break those.
Philippines.
Oh no, bossing.
Okay.
In its gaseous state at least. But yeah, you
Ay,
do
malapit
have
sa'yo.
Persia right around side Dambi as well for additional support.
Ayun,
So
dalawa.
2G still trying to sneak his way into sight.
Nakapasok.
Yeah,
Gather more information.
Ayun pa yung spike eh.
gotta remember,
Yun yung spike.
the time
Naiiwan yung spike
on the
ba?
clock is not Team Secret's friend.
Yung spike ba?
In rounds such as this,
Ako,
the spike
babalikan
will
niya.
have to
Wala,
be
ay,
recovered.
kukunin ni Fade.
And if you're going into the B site, there's some deadlock sensor at the start. There's Margaret.
Saan kaya sila
Still got a
iikot?
snake
I
bite.
think they will go to B.
But look at the lurk at the A site.
Ah,
2G.
mag-A, mag-A.
This could be big.
And the timing on that snake bite, yep, just blocks off so much. 20
Mag-AA.
seconds left. Where's the spike going to G?
Mag-AA yan, madam.
He's got a lot, gotten a lot
Eh,
of
no,
space,
takbo
but
agad sila
no
dun, oh.
idea, no earthly
Ay, naramdaman nila eh.
He's gone out by ropes.
Jeremy's got the timing here to be able to find
yeah,
Francis.
trying to go in quick for it. Francis
Wait
still
na
trying to
lang,
sneak
Jeremy.
around. Jeremy hasn't found him yet. The spike will get planted,
Done.
thankfully, for Team Secret, but
Okay lang.
Francis
Jeremy!
undetected, has a great opportunity to spring and strike right now. Finds the first. Meanwhile, the rest of Nongshim coming through to get more
Okay,
space
Jeremy.
around elbow.
Nice
Jeremy does take and eliminate
Namatay si
Francis for the
Francis.
weapon possibly, but still, the entire
Nice.
Nongshim forest has arrived.
Yo,
Dambi to
di pala.
stick it down halfway. Ivy to get the sprays through. Dambi to swing on the trade.
Nako.
Nongshim picks up the round
Grabing laban
quickly.
yun.
Nice
Also doesn't
try.
it? Only
Tutukan.
Darby at the end there alive, so the trades from
Nice
Team
try,
Secret.
nice try.
5 versus 5 retake that goes on down there, and there's even, you know, not too much damage that Francis is able to find.
Well,
Ayaw mo yung kamukha mo si
Warrior,
Ninong Ray,
right?
pero girl
So,
version.
Some great little timing positions around the map from Team Secret. 2GE getting up.
Tama
to
niyo na
work,
lahat,
and have,
boys.
Jeremy switching
Focus na
essentially
focus
into
lang
a little bit
ako.
of a distractor lurk as
Tama
well.
niyo na
So
lahat.
there's a real chance.
Iba halata na gusto ko na talagang manalo.
You love how this double duelist is being piloted right now. And something that I just realized as well is just the fact that this, not a full rematch.
Share niyo live namin,
Coaches
share niyo live
now
namin,
on
share
Team
niyo.
Secret are, you know, very
Share the
quite
live, guys,
familiar
share the
with
live.
how Nongshim play, given the fact that he was the coach for Boom back then in Ascension.
Yeah, but we've got a very different Nongshim look compared to Ascension.
True that as well. This one's somewhat familiar though, especially with the deadlock in play.
If they know that Francis is in this corner, Wild Oreo can just absolutely molly him out.
You gotta watch out for those.
C's missed though.
So all good.
Wait, wait,
Nongshim
wag niyo na
able to get
ipag-all,
away, and
boys.
that is information as well that Team Secret were around mid.
Bit of a reset on towards the round, by the way. Nongshim, for those that might not have seen it, a little bit lackluster of the weaponry invested into this round from the damage delivered in the last.
Ivy
Ano?
still able to
Bam.
do quite a bit of damage.
Nako.
Margaret now coming in.
Naunahan
Does
siya.
buy quite a bit of space, and in comes the
Okay lang
annihilation.
yan.
Okay,
In
nice
vehicle
bossing.
coffin.
Nice.
Jesse Vash trying to frag
Naku,
himself
nahuli
out
isa.
of the situation, but unfortunately not quite going to find that. 2GE outside of
Nick,
garage.
tutukan
struck
talaga,
down
boys
as
eh.
well.
Malapit-lapit ang laban talaga eh.
Zombie there, stunning around, slide him with the shotgun. Have seen a couple of
Napaka-close
missed
fight.
shotguns over the
Literal
last
na
couple of
close.
games as well. That,
Kung magiging artista ka, ano ka, sinuswerte at bakit? Klaseng tanong yan, AJ.
I want to highlight for Margaret, by the way.
Pag naging
You killed
artista si
Jeremy
Leo Mio,
on the Yoru,
lumabas yan
and then you killed his
sa,
clone.
ano
I mean, you already got
lalabas
the
ka daw
Yoru.
sa Paw Patrol.
Little things.
Saan yun?
Just a body that's in the deadlock.
Lalagay niyo naman ako sa cartoon.
Just shooting the body.
Instinct.
Paw
Yeah, just
Patrol.
happens.
Just a body to shoot. Quick one up from Team Secret this time towards the
Mark
A side of things. Immediate
Cruz, hello
rotations to
po. Hi,
be seen from
Jonathan.
Nongshim, and as they start to get some information.
What is that?
Ni pag-glide lang tumama pa.
Just a drive-by.
That's not just a drive-by. That's a
Hit and run.
huge Ferrari peak.
Oh. He's playing Grand
Wait,
Theft Auto. Well, it's
pero
gonna
ano
be
to,
now.
magandang
Nongshim
map to sa kanila
fully
eh.
aware of what's happening on the A side. Francis taking more space around ramp. Team Secret
Maliguran.
need to
Matagal na
kind
tong
of
split.
get a little bit more space
Kaya
themselves,
nila
but they're
to.
currently just pinned down around the map.
Ano yun?
Persia finds the sprays,
Kalma lang,
and
kalma
that
lang, guys,
is
kalma
a
lang.
beautifully
Hanip ka Asia.
well-reacted round
Una
coming out
naman.
from Nongshim.
5 alive against the pistols for Nongshim.
Kasi kayo, kaya kami natatalo.
They got the plants.
Hindi
You know, you get the
makapag-focus
credits,
si
the
Leo Mio
extra
sa
ulti orb.
ano niya,
You're
guys.
kind of okay with the results of a round such as that one, but it's this one now here that you
Kailangan
need
niyo
to
ng
start to
telekinesis.
see what you can really do because
Hindi ko mapagana dahil sa inyo eh.
Man. Well, Team Secret are close to having all 5 ults
Yeah.
online now.
yeah, absolutely. On a map like Split, you want all you can get on the attacking side. Of course,
Jan Paul, Abuelo. Suggest ko sa'yo, matulog ka, itulog mo.
Going in towards this one, Team Secret coming to pick it. You know, there's
Grabe na
some
yun.
counter plays that can come out. You can sort of get on the back of the tendencies of how Nongshim go for a lot of these rotates, where they want to fashion Ivy's utility specifically.
Yeah, so far it's been mid
Kailangan may
for
ul
the
nyo, boys,
majority of
para
the
ano?
rounds, and that's something that Team Secret needs to be
Fighting,
cognizant
Team
of.
Secret,
So
laban.
3 players staring down to this mid position. And what they don't know is that
Modest ka ng modest!
through. They fire some pot shots in, but oh, look at that! Just
Unahan
before
talaga
Rich
siya.
Francis goes for the peak, takes down Waldor. That's one duelist gone.
Yeah, and of course Ivy still here with the Gravnet. You got the salvos
Hindi na
available,
timing na nila
and with them
papatayin
online,
nila sa
those can be
Waldor
some pretty big scare tactics to keep the Team Secret guys at bay, or maybe even catch one of them. But the lurk now up from 2GE. Will Persia actually expect this one?
Wala pala silang ano,
Not
pang
quite.
stun
So
na
good
pala.
little heads up
Yan,
goal found by
nice.
2GE. Maybe a little bit more
Nice
space
one.
into the A side as well.
Inner peace boys, inner
Towards
peace
the observers
boys.
there, by the way, catching the wall in mid that's actually gonna stop
Leo Mio, tao ka ba? Natural.
getting completely through.
Oh, then.
Ayan na,
Silvo
nag-wall
gonna
din
be
si
looking
Dapi.
to take matters into his own hands, supporting
Nice.
the Salvos
Bossing.
as well.
Oh,
But
nice
Jesse
one,
Bash
Jesse
will
Bash.
find the trade. Dimensional
Ah,
drift
sa
now
likod.
coming through from Jeremy just to fend off his incoming opponents. The flash out of the dimensional drift. The
Oh.
clone, but Francis quickly dispatches of him.
These trades,
Nice Invi.
these trades are so quick though from Team Secret
Nice
for
one,
this 2
Jesse
versus
Bash.
2.
And they're
Kapag-plant
able to work
Andun
their way
sila.
off of it as well.
Galing ka lang ni Borning Jesse Bosh.
Now, Nongshim are straying away from screens, which would be, you know, a pretty good spot to
You're
take
both
down
in
where the
higher
spike is planted. But
Ayan,
Ivy
nice.
still with Gravnet
yeah, with
at
this,
the right spot.
E di mag-model ka na lang ng panty liner.
might be able to set something up from Margaret. Oh, hit spotted though. So Jesse Bash looking to hold down the angle. Ivy instead to find the frag. No grab and needed. Just goes in for the swing.
Kenza delivers. The crosshair placement you would expect
Oh
with the quick
my
headshot that
God.
comes on.
Naisahan pa sila ron, ano?
round though for
Ang layo
Nongshim, where they're
nga
only
eh.
surviving with
Mas
one
pariag lang
player.
sila.
This time the
Damn.
credits aren't going to be too much of a
Kailangan
problem.
guys,
Flip
fighting.
it over to Team Secret.
Upor, malayo pa sa
We need to see
bituka.
something from them in this round, right? The attacking
Malayo.
side on split can be a bit of a fickle.
Malayo
thing.
pa sa bituka, boys,
When you
kaya
have
ano yan.
double duelers
Kaya pa ng
you really
TS
wanna
yan.
play on the back of the timing, the space that they're going to be able to find. How are these lurks?
Focus
They
sa
come
goal,
from
dapat
2GE.
maganda ka
Yes,
lang.
find
Jocelyn,
one of it, but the
di ka na ba
immediate
naawa sa
real
akin,
big
ha?
thing with the game in this one so far for a lot of these rounds is Team Secret are getting these trades, but they're not on top when the trades all expire.
Ang cute ng mukha ni Leo Mio.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to
Ang binabanggit niya yung jokes
string everything together, especially when you're in the heat of
Hindi
the
ko alam kung
moment.
maawa ko ano.
So now, especially with
Hello,
the ultimates
good,
coming
yeah.
online, some of it already spent. You know, Jeremy had the
Fighting Team
dimensional drift from
Secret,
before.
laban!
Hanip
Now,
ka, Asia.
uh,
Magmumura ka pa, magsesend ka ng star, magmumura ka pa.
for the next round.
I'm sure they could ask for some noodles if they want to cook something.
Hashtag 24 hours.
Yeah.
24 oras.
No, they've got their own like instant noodles from the Philippines as well. You know, I think Nico would be able to talk a little bit more about that. I'm not as
Okay,
well
boys.
informed.
Napadala ko na ang mensahe.
Look like we've got
Okay na daw, nakuha na nila. Kukunin na nila yung map na to, guys.
Which is why the timeout is here to see if they're going to be able to bounce back.
Anti-reveal pa rin?
Maybe play a little bit more lent towards the A site that's had some pretty good stoppages
EB
from
drama.
Francis at the moment.
Yes.
Birahin mo nga ako. Pag nakita kita.
Force over towards A in this haphazard buy from Team Secret.
Okay, well, Francis and Ivy, both pivotal players for Nongshim currently, and with a lot of the lurk presence from 2G before, now Team Secret calls for a big hit at the A site. Instantly spotting out the jump peak, yes. So a
Sumabit.
lot of information found.
Oh, chill.
Towards a deep position in the site as well, but Francis
Unahan
finds it
talaga.
quickly, instantly hops off of
Dabby?
Raptors, and Dabby shuts down an incoming flying wild Oreo.
Oh, but the flank right now from Jesse Vash. Gonna get an
Nice,
upgrade on
boss.
the back of that kill. Can maybe call for a bit of a stoppage here, but
You might want to reset, but they're still trudging forward, and
Okay,
with the
okay.
onslaught, they
Nice.
take down Dabby
Nice.
and Ivy.
Yeah.
Francis still alive, though.
now this is extremely
Nandyan.
doable, isn't it?
Nandyan
Do you want to
Francis
pivot towards the B
Eh,
side?
sasantanan mo ako.
Let Nongshim
Nanonood daw na maayos eh.
might go.
They know where Francis is. They're wondering about Persia.
Yeah, but
Ano pa ako magla-live niyan mamaya?
One. Does that stop Team Secret?
Could be huge. If not, it's going to be the trade, but no trade found. Persia
Oh my God.
just sprays all of them
Naman,
down.
bro.
And the
Kaya
flash
ni
is
Jesse
good.
Bastian.
One towards
Alam mo ka
Jesse
ng Jesse
Vash,
kami
who
yan.
has to now come
Jesse
up
Bash,
with
kaya
the
mo
1
yan.
versus 2. Haunt not available. He needs to play on the side of silence here.
Ibig nila.
Silence truly
Silent
aided,
lang.
though.
Oh, pupunta sila ng ano.
The repositioning from the Nongshim members.
And now they know that he's going to be on this site. Persia.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Garage. Francis to come up from the tower.
They know he doesn't.
trap.
The salvos might have revealed a little bit, but Persia still in a really perfect spot to strike, and there it is! The
Na
third kill
talaga,
round
dalawa,
found in the
sabiwan,
round.
tas lagpas siya nun.
Good discipline
Grabe
at
yun.
the end there from Nongshim.
Nire-regla ka ba
Discipline
sa
from Team
puwet?
Secret as well, don't get me wrong, stopping things down at the A tower side when they start to gain advantages, but it's Persia just being in an unexpected position, peeking out at the right time, and then
Ano yun, madam?
sealing the deal on that round
May
as
nakita.
well.
Yung comment na pa yan.
Really good methodical usage of a lot of that utility to just put
And I
Jesse
court
Vash
you.
into
Iba na lang
a
ligawan mo, Tobino.
Now you'll be
Can I court
right back
you?
around the
Yeah,
map as
basketball.
Nongshim. Expecting the full-on
Basketball
buy from
court.
Team Secret in
Basketball
this
gusto
one.
mo eh, no?
This pit
Yun kasi
deep
yun.
towards the A side of things, where I'm actually seeing
Basketball court.
2G go for a little bit.
At lapit na ako
competition there,
matigok,
but,
Leo Mio. Please
yeah.
send mo na
But
sa akin
that
panty
is,
mo.
you know, a big alt as well.
Ano ba namang kabalauraan yan, pre? Kung matitigok ka.
No more lurks available. That's one less
Bahala ka
price
sa buhay
to
mo.
worry about on Team Secret. Meanwhile,
Paano kay tutuloy?
Mamaya, totoo eh.
Wag
Wag naman, bata ka pa. Mamaya, totoo eh.
Spot out Francis towards the vents.
Inner peace, inner Maris lakad. Andiyan ka pa rin eh, AJ.
Which actually finds a lot of time here for him. Grab net is good. Gets another one. He's been sensational.
Unahan talaga lagi.
So proficient.
and in with the ult as well. Does hold
Okay
down the
na,
line.
apat
Goes for
pa.
a second frag. Now Francis, a great opportunity
lang.
to find a stun and possibly more
Huwag na
kills
kayo
as well.
maubos, guys.
It does slow down the push though. And that's enough for Persia to hold on for these lines.
Yeah, I don't know if he's actually been spotted at the back of the side at the moment. He just has to have his crosshair ready.
All good. Francis buys a
Idol,
little more time
buntis
to
ka daw,
solve
totoo ba?
salvos.
Ito mo nakita yan, may nabubuntis ba lalaki? Lahura kang punyeta ka.
2G plants his own Viper's pit up to get the spike safely
Nice,
planted.
Indy.
Envy denying any possible re-entry coming in from Nongshim.
Persia was
Bam.
distracted there. So on this 3 versus 3, how do you get back in towards this? Francis, no
Yung
salvos
mga
just
namumute
yet.
sa
Spot
kabila,
out
dito
Envy,
pumupunta
who
lang
does some
kayo.
good damage.
It's down to 2GE. He hears the
Na-mute
footsteps. He
yun,
hears
kaka-spam
nothing
eh.
around him.
Spam kasi kayo ng spam eh.
Big information, but chooses
Okay,
to play
Ma'am
for time
Pompilio,
instead.
mijo.
Danby now, the rest of them
Spamin
knowing
kayo.
that they have to work their way into the pit,
Kayo tuloy na
decaying away at
spam.
their health.
Sayang, di mo ako maaanakan, parehas tayong may kipay.
What has happened? It's down to just Jesse Vash, and he cannot rise to the occasion. Noxim have turned an unwinnable situation around.
Team
Ina mo,
Secret have
kinoment mo lang yun,
such
Asia.
round there. 3
Inalas
versus 3
na.
where they've got the pit, but it's the shots that come out from
Well, let's
Nongshim.
go Team
How patient
Secret,
do you just have to be in
laban!
that one to go through
Laban,
the
Team
pace with the
Secret!
decay, no utility to really help you out in that
Initin nyo na,
scenario.
guys. Pinapainit nyo pa kasi. Sinasalak pa ng Team Secret eh.
Immediately catches Team Secret.
Hashtag Team Secret, guys. Eto,
Feel for them in that
bubuhayan
scenario,
na
'cause I
sila.
really feel like Team Secret played that round well. How they got into the site, how they dropped the pit. It distracts Persia. You get the kill onto him as well. But it's just the ending stages of that one that doesn't go their way. And
Bawi, bawi!
In those moments, though, that you truly need to shine. It's just so unfortunate. Still, next round comes up, and Team Secret still need to find so much more, especially on this attacking half.
Nako.
well, this round doesn't provide too much in terms of weaponry. Unless somehow you're able to catch the Nongshim members off guard, or
Oh,
you
Team
pick 'em
Secret.
in the or you're somehow wanting to just nightfall them and you're catching the members to then
Malas ka kasi ilabas mo na panty mo.
From that.
Wala akong pakialam sa sinasabi mo, Asia. Anda,
Gather this round.
akala mo, no? Bagong recruit ka na naman ng mga demonyo na yan.
Recruit na naman.
Na-recruit na naman eh. Babae na naman eh. Pag babae talaga eh.
He's done enough towards the A
Ano?
side to keep her distracted there, so
Sige.
it's all on to Margaret
Sige.
here at the back of the
Wag
side.
babae.
Oh my
Ano?
god, Ivy, but it's Margaret.
And he's able to
Ano?
hold down the line once again.
Hindi, madam, hindi ka naman kasali doon. Pero pag babae, may toyo talaga.
A wonderful anchor for Nongshim.
I am a little bit surprised when the
Yeah.
nightfall goes in that Jeremy's not looking
Sige.
to gate crash to the back site. And you're
Hindi
trying to
ka
set him up
kasali
to be
dun,
able to
madam.
just
Huwag ka
sneak in there,
mag-alala.
right, when you're removing all of the audibility.
Sige.
Ano to?
Now, 2G8, Jesse Bash.
Hello,
2
kay
versus 5,
currently
20 seconds?
Jundel.
Grabe tong abong Janil na to. Ayokong basahin. Hanip ka sa labadjok.
Especially when Nongshim
What?
has your number, instantly spotting him out. Just
Kadiri ka pa rin.
Oh my god,
trying to
Jesse Bash na
preserve his
lang
weapon and
mag-isa.
to collect as much
Mag-isa na naman si Bossing.
And you've
It's a
lost
stinger though, yeah. You
You've
got
Eh,
lost
si
the numbers
Bash,
this round.
kaya mo yan.
The biggest problem, like one of the biggest problems
Oof.
on a map like Split.
Tried to ninja
Oh.
Oh no, you don't want to. Well,
He needs to die.
he needs to die. He keeps a stinger.
Nakakuha pa ng
He'll just
isa.
get rid of it. It's fine.
All right.
It's fine.
No.
I guess in the grand scheme of things, he doesn't give away another ulti orb there. Let's just swing it that way. It's okay. But what's not
Hanip,
okay is the
nag-iinit
round
yung
for
Margaret
Team
na yun.
Secret. Gotta do something now.
Si
on the
Margaret
back
I'm out,
of
guys.
this
I'm out.
timeouts.
Tinatawag na naman yung telekinesis ko eh. Kailangan ko na daw gumanon.
Ayan na, nakapikit na sila. Ibigay mo na yun.
Yeah.
Dire
Mensahe.
straits for the Filipino squad.
Kailangan na, ano.
Yeah, I mean, you lose this one, and there goes your chances of playoffs, right? You're what, 0 and 4. You're going up against
Laban.
Flip
RRQ
it my
next time.
calendar. I'm gonna keep counting the days
Count the days.
until they win a series. We jest, but
I mean, we've had one of our big day breaks already in Pacific, right? Suggest getting his win after
Oh my
Okay.
God.
years.
that's
Habang na.
another team.
Mas maaga pa.
A whole other
But
scenario.
it's days that we're counting, or that we did count,
Fair
and
enough.
it happened. So there's a chance for Team
Jeffrey,
Secret.
hello.
Still keeping the things that are relevant to
Hindi
this
daw ako
current series
kasama
at the very
doon,
least.
AJ,
Yes,
huwag
Team
kang ano
Secret
dyan.
struggling to stay afloat right now.
Pag nakita
They
mo
were
pa nga
really
lang
close to
AJ,
some of these
madam. Huwag
rounds.
mong
They had
pagkakatiwalaan.
winnable scenarios, but somehow just fumbling the bag at certain moments. And you have to
Hi,
imagine
Labo.
how it
Hello,
feels
Kit
for them
Alak. Thank you
in
sa
their,
gift.
Mukha ka
their
pang
seats.
lalaki, ate. Lalaki, pre, Micho. Kaya mukhang lalaki kasi lalaki naman talaga.
Maybe alleviate some of that pressure. They know how Nongshim love to set themselves up. But
Bakit
just
ba
as
kayo
they
mga
start to
babae
piece that
puro
around,
tayo, eh?
off of this timeout, this time it's Margaret.
Ewan ko sa kanila, hindi naman ako babae.
Yeah, a bit of a different look, and he's shouldered it out. Confirms 2.
Ano naman, tutuyoin.
I like this different look as well. On the back of a timeout, if Team Secret had a really good counterplay, well,
Pwede!
Yo,
I
mo
think
po,
we would have expected this scenario
Ano
right
kayo?
now.
Taragis
Me,
ka, pre.
how hungry is Margaret to overstay his welcome, because that
Na,
hasn't been
secret
that
na,
time.
sisimulan na,
Does
Team
well.
Secret, oh. Sinimulan na ni Jeremy. Inalaw na ang baso, bro.
Not the Grafnet from Ivy. Doesn't find too much, which makes him a little bit more curious. This could be his downfall unless he plays his cards right. Does hear the footsteps from the fake out as well.
Well, this
Be a little bit too telling as well.
This is the situation where Team Secret have a very clean opening kill, and it's a 5 versus 4 that they need to hope to not to lose, right? Armageddon for Francis.
Okay.
Clears all of mid just to make sure that no one has snuck on up. You've got the barrier mesh in male as well, so it should be all eyes on the main choke point.
As well as salvos to delay. So 30 seconds left. A situation that Team Secret has been in multiple times. Now in with the C's, they have a slight chance to push them through. 2 kills found.
Dalawa
They
yun.
continue to march in. Ivy denied any shots coming up.
Barbido lang yan bro, boss pa si Ivy.
Down to the last 2 and Nongshim trying to regroup.
Fighting!
Bit of an off angle for 2GE that Ivy has low HP on.
Secret.
Dalawa lang yan,
2GE.
guys.
Oh no! Okay, slight whiff, but thankfully recovers.
Nice. Isa na lang si Persha na lang yan, si Persha.
Almost lost it on that one.
Si Parish.
Don't worry, Team Secret didn't.
Para Pilipino rin si
Should be
Parish
their
ah.
round. Persia's not going to be able to get in and ninja defuse.
Alright.
Ito na lang. Nasa long. Nasa long lang.
We all hope, Komodo. We all do.
How much damage though on the escape is he able to find? There's one, make it a second.
Uy!
For more, not going to happen.
Okay, kinakakaban niyo ako, boys eh.
But more importantly, folks, Team
Kinakakaban
Secret
niyo
win
ako,
that round.
boys.
3-7.
Round ever since the pistol, yay!
Well, the second one, yeah. Which, I mean, here's a gimme, right? That pistol. Should be.
Still, it's a good step
Nagko-cosplay
forward.
pala si Charlene San Pedro.
5v4 and they managed to convert it into a full round win.
Yeah. Good C's, chopping 2 players. You got a TP to the backward side of the choke as well. So just a bit of good coordination there from Team Secret.
Kinakaba ako nun nakadalawa pa eh.
My eyebrow.
Nakadalawa eh, no?
Next round coming up, and we're back to, again, Ivy.
Kaya na Team Secret yan. Ginalaw na guys ang baso eh. Naka-score na.
Yeah, we've only
Tuloy-tuloy na yan.
jump spots come out from Team Secret. A prowler here or there. When you don't spot that immediately, or actually this time that you do, Ambi's off the line. An operator noted. So that's going to have to be a little bit of a different look on how Team Secret do want to challenge that, but you've already off-put him with that first shot of utility with the prowler there.
That's big info as well. Now they know their next obstacle, Ivy, is somewhere nearby, especially with the grab net. Sonic sensor trip thanks to the clone. Now Team Secret looking to pinch. Tambi though.
Nauna
punches
na
on
naman
against
si
Envy.
Envy.
2G still trying to lurk around Garage against his counterpart, but the grab net collects them in full.
Nakuha si
They
JC
will
boss.
hunker down and spray, and Wild Oreo takes down Ivy.
Ay!
Still in for the shot, Francis,
Uy,
recollecting in with
oh my
another
God.
sniper, and now back into it.
Jesse Bash, hindi daw.
Paranoia
Naku,
sent
low
through
sila.
and flushes them out of position. Just Jeremy left alive.
Don't give him 3 1v1s.
He is all good because
Alright.
Gilid na
Tabby
gilid, boys
slides
eh.
out of the position that Jeremy
Gilid na gilid.
least expects.
Wala nilang
Good recovery from Nongshim
Dapat sama-sama na lang sila,
in
no?
that round as well.
Magandang recommendation.
You
dyan,
off-put
sama-sama
Darby
sila pag
in
mag-
middle, but he just
Magka-plan
immediately, you know, switches guns, repositions.
Madam,
switches
tutukan na lang talaga laban nila.
Catch out your lurk, right?
Kaya nila
It's
yan.
just good meandering around the map as well from
Go
them.
Team
And how they're playing
Secret!
their rotations and how they're playing their
Laban.
crossfires. Again, it feels like Ivy's grav nets have always been good for a kill
Laban, Team
mid.
Secret.
Always up from that tower
Now
to
it's
male.
3 players hit by it.
Yeah,
So good.
last round of the half now.
Wow.
Team Secret need to
Yan,
get this
may hit
to
yan.
4.
Isa lang.
I'll be real.
Big smoke outside of Garage as well to keep Team Secret honest.
Dimensional drift available for Jeremy if they want to try and pass some information.
Laban
towards the
Secret.
B side, for
Galaw-galawin nyo lang,
example.
unti-unti lang yan, one at a
With
time.
the Showstopper.
One at a time.
Contend with the Sonic Sentinels, 2G
One at
down
a
on that
time.
lurk, though.
Hindi.
Now with
Sabi
dimensional
kanina.
drift.
One at
Ivy
a
will be spotted.
time,
Yeah,
madam.
sure.
What?
Sends us to be
Huwag mo
trapped.
na pa-
One at
Provides a
ating.
little bit of a pathway in towards the side of Team Secret.
Especially
Huwag mo
with
nang
the showstopper.
banggitin yung
Garage
una,
as
madam.
well.
One at
Look
a
at this
time.
from Nongshim though, just completely avoiding all of it.
Plant to go down. 5v4.
Mama.
All right.
Mauna lang kayo, boys. Naunahan kasi sila
Just
eh.
looking to make their way work around it. So holding all of Nongshim up around the Bender spawn, they slide
Ayun!
through and it's just
Ay,
Tambi
putik
to
talaga.
decimate every
Oh.
single one of them.
Kalma, kalma,
Naglalag
kalma.
talaga eh.
Their ankles, and now Margaret to take space around heaven.
1v5.
Bash, and up tries to start things up, but unfortunately to no avail. Francis puts Team Secret down in this first half.
Yeah, that's a pretty sensational defensive half for Nongshim when you consider that they lost the pistol the second round and then
Oh,
that,
sige,
that
Ren,
one round that
sige.
comes
Pag
out
nanalo.
that was just a little bit of good coordination from
Easy
Team
tuwing kailan ka
Secret catching
nag-alive.
some players
Everyday ako
over
na-live.
towards that A side.
Bukas may live ako. Makakasama ko rin yung isa dito
All
bukas.
throughout this entire half, just so much pressure coming out with the likes of Francis.
Di na, lagi mo na maririnig yung boses ko, madam.
Operating this deadlock. How many times do we see his graphic come into play? How many times did the Bear Mesh really push Team Secret off, or at least
Kaya guys, kailangan nilang ma-adapt yung inner push talaga eh. Medyo nakakalimutan kasi ng mga bro.
Sorry, ano kasi
clearing angles and
blank
rotations,
kiss
just
ko.
everybody on the side of Nongshim kind of delivering where they need to in some way, shape or form.
Yan, time out. Ayan,
I
pahinga
want
muna,
to
Team
see
Secret.
more from Team
Shake
Secret,
your hand,
right?
shake your hands.
Going
Pahinga
over
muna,
onto the
pahinga
defensive
muna.
side as well is not going to be too
Hawakan mo
stellar
ng
for
ngiti,
them. I
hawakan
think
mo ng ngiti.
they're probably going to have to take a lot more risks.
Hindi kasi, paano bang ngitin ang nakikita nila sa akin yung ano ko? Yung init ng ulo ko sa mga nagko-comment na to. Nadadamay tuloy.
Dahil sino yung kasama mo? Ang ganda. Guys,
kalma
kalma
lang.
lang. Kalma lang. Lilio Miho lang yan.
Kalma lang.
Ako lang to.
Hindi guys, hashtag Team Secret kayo guys para ma-boost pa. Kita nyo ah. You'll make miracle guys.
Try na natin. Comment kayo guys, hashtag Team
Comment kayo, hashtag Team
Try.
Secret.
Team Secret lang ha. Alam mo yung feed ko.
Hashtag Team Secret boy! Nina-hashtag mo na yan!
Minamalas kami pag may kasama ibang hashtag yun.
Nasamahan mo ng negative energy na hashtag.
Ito na.
Yan. Nakapag-recharge na.
Go Team Secret. Laban.
Ano nyo ko isang map para isa pang map ulit?
One of the more important ones here for Team Secret, if they want to even try and get away for a win.
Laban Team Secret.
Jeremy
Enes, dalawa Enes.
crouched under, but fortunately,
Unahan talaga lag.
the Nongshim players up by the ledge. The crosses placement just gets somewhat thrown
Tutok
off.
niya, ano eh.
Together as a team as
Ang
well,
bilis
right?
na
Three
ano eh,
players
hindi
who want to
gumagalaw
pick
kasi.
up to get that kill.
Headshot
And
siya
they
dun.
just renegotiate here. Where else they want to pivot around the map. I like the ambition, don't get me wrong, from Envy, but it's by himself.
Okay,
Hashtag Team Secret nga, nilalagyan nyo naman ng kagaguhan.
Team Secret, ganyan lang
but
guys.
still down back in towards middle. Unfortunately, 2G just
Nakuha lang nila yung round na
Jeremy not
to.
going by
Team
himself
Secret,
here, but
go!
not
Kunin nila yung
overheating.
round na yan.
Wait,
Sunod-sunod na yan.
Space taken. Paranoid Bloods, both of them.
okay. So trying to take more space, especially to recollect themselves around Garage. If they can take down Persia, this fight might be a little bit easier. Ivy and the rest of the team continue to push forward, which causes them to take a bit of damage as well.
Nice!
Francis
Oh,
holding down
up
the line.
the
Will
score.
spot out
Nice!
Jesse Vash.
Okay,
Thankfully with Margaret
okay.
at hand.
Now they know where both of
2v2,
them are.
2v2.
And instantly for that, the crosshair
2v1,
placement in
hindi na lang.
place. Envy. He's been
Nako,
consistent so
Nako,
far all throughout
2v
the entire league, even
2v3
though the
pa.
losses come through. Can he
Nice.
drag himself out of the situation? Not quite.
Nice
Dabby,
try talaga.
as the duels will take him down.
Pissed around for Nongshim, so, you know.
Nice try,
goes
nice try.
Team Secret in both maps.
Parang
second
hirap dito
towards
sa map na to
Nongshim,
kapag
but this
may-
one here
may
has
iwan mag-isa yung
much
ano
more
nila.
of a anvil kind of
Dapat
thrown on
magka-
towards
it's
Team Secret, right?
either
Just placed and chunked down right on them.
Lagi silang nananalo sa map na ano eh. Ano
They go
yun?
for the save,
Yung
you're
map
looking at
na...
an
Yung
11 to
malawak,
3.
yung parang may
You
long
Mm-hmm.
kind of incentivize them to maybe force up, considering that there were
Ganda
3
kasi nung ano
kills
nila,
found in the
Kanina
round.
guys yung momentum kuha na nila yung first game.
The idea is here, yeah, they go for the force.
And I do wonder if the mental game.
Shoutout kay Migo Cortez, si Elsa ba yung kinocosplay mo? Hindi ah.
See how it goes. Nongshim trying
Sana
to
nakita mo
solve
naka ano kong gown niya yun,
some
blue.
reactions out towards A.
Hindi ah.
All the space as well, already that Nongshim can start to play with at the ramp.
Hashtag Team Secret, ano brand ng
Pivot
pop?
back towards B if you need to, because Wild Oreo is just jiggling that there. That'll now be conceded over towards the Nongshim.
Yung isang diretso lang na hashtag Team Secret guys, swerte na yan talaga.
Here's towards the middle as well.
Ilalagyan nyo kasi ng petos boys.
Some corners cut from Team Secret in a round such as this one. Try to do something unexpected that Nongshim would not think of.
You've got the buys, 2GE with a Bucky.
Just refreshing these smokes at the top of the A tower.
Right
Kalma lang. One at a time lang yan.
That Nongshim are kind of more largely grouped towards this A
One at
site.
a time.
The problem is,
Yeah.
What
in
at
Jeremy,
ating, sabi mo eh.
in
What?
A tower,
One at a time, madam. Mahina lang yung boses ko dyan sa speaker.
Okay, good
One
little spray
at a
from all
time.
towards the back. Does take out one member. And here comes the push.
Ba yan?
Jeremy to launch
Yeah.
the assault.
Oh.
The wall up does cut.
Nalikuran din.
And that allows for a bit of a
Laban,
frag
laban,
coming through
laban.
again. Envy, another one found. And now to block them out
Nice.
towards
Ay,
Ramp. So
ay,
what is
ay,
this?
ay.
Couple more
Ay,
kills
ay.
found by the rifle wielding
Ay, ay,
members from
ay.
Nongshim.
Ay, parehas low yan ha.
Just Valdorio, who is rather low. The paint
Parehas low.
blows
Oh!
away, but Persia recollects himself,
Naunahan
recenters his
talaga,
aim,
naglalag
extends down
kasi.
Wild Oreo to put
Ba't
Notion
ba
up
ang
to an
lag ng
11
server
fight.
nila?
Wild Oreo knew that he would be right back on towards that angle if he'd already collected the spike when that paint shells went in, but just not able to get it. A lot of timings in this round, actually, with people executing their opponents from the back. But the trade game, always Nongshim kind of falling behind a little bit until the last little stages where they
Umalat
just
ng bala eh, kaya naunahan pa
kills in
rin
the
eh.
kill feed and bring that one back. One player surviving. That's the force buy, by the way, from Team Secret shut down. Now they have to play a little bit more cautiously, and most likely you would expect concede the series point.
One of the Nongshim players looking a little bit under the weather, but still
Hey
being able
guys,
to perform.
miracle happens para sa Team Secret. Team Secret, bibilibin nyo.
Sonic sensor trip.
Hashtag Team Secret na guys. Damihan nyo kasi walang kabalahuraan.
Challenge and retake this one. Well, I'm going to be more on a forward line.
Hello, John Michael.
Work trait.
Okay.
Shoutout kay Labo, kay
You don't get a kill on
Kimia.
the back of that, unfortunately. You do get some
Hi,
card
are you
space,
perhaps
you know,
looking for a
sure.
Valorant
But
account
Nongshim, a
with
team that's
Dynasty?
not going
No.
to really care for that one. They're going to
thank
immediately
you pa
call
sa
for a
gift.
shift back
Salamat,
towards
hi,
the A
Paul.
site where the team was already starting to clear anyway.
And also shifts the weight onto the shoulders
Top
of Jesse
screen.
Vash as well as
Parang
Jeremy,
sa
where
TikTok
the
na
weaponry not supporting them too much. However, with the angles from Jeremy, he might be able to do some damage, takes down Dambi.
Puts himself in another spot. That he might be good for one, but
Oh, look back at B.
yeah, you start to re-clear that. Leave Margaret to his own
Namatay si
devices.
Dami.
Tingnan mo yung Margaret, tutok na tutok yung mata niyang gano'n, no?
Clear here already. Power sent out might give them a clue. So
Oh,
rotation
may
moving
dila pa
forward.
eh.
How does the timing work out? Margaret
Grabe!
does find
Parang
one.
nasa loob na siya ng bata.
Back into
God.
work.
Grabe naman yun!
Unfortunate for Envy. Margaret's still alive. That's going to do numbers against Team Secret.
Now you've got a big open plant as well.
They know that he's somewhere
Hard
nearby.
right,
They
hard
can
right.
take him
Nasa
down.
right,
That
nasa right.
could be
Wait,
a
Ori, nasa
rifle
right mo.
picked up, but where is he?
Dos na lang yan, no?
Oh, look at this timing on
Where
that
are
one.
you? Oh no.
Unfortunately for Team Secret Quack, they've got a lot of work to do now.
Ay na, ay na.
Insurmountable. They hop on over, and that's when Margaret shows up again!
Oh my god!
Third kill in a
No,
round.
no,
Two more
dude.
for the ace. The spike still beeping away.
Fighting! Jeremy Jesse Bash, kaya
Margaret, don't
niyan.
tell me you're going to find a fourth one.
Oh, there it is!
Ace.
Swap on over to heaven. He finds the ace! Every
Ay.
single hit racked up in kills! And
Ano
knocks him
yun?
up to series point!
Great.
May sabog sa yung
Brilliance to
nun
come out
ah.
individually from him there. It doesn't matter that it is the lesser weaponry, right?
Grabe
He's still
naman.
navigating all the
Kailangan
angles,
nila
playing
mag-shot.
it very
Shot
wisely.
call na nasa
A bit of
likod.
luck, I'll admit, onto the one onto Envy, but the rest
Kailangan
of
na
them,
nila talaga
on the right
bumubulong yung...
angle,
Hindi
right
kasi
side,
gumagana
right
yung telekinesis ko ngayon eh. May buhok kasi ngayon eh.
Bakit yung
I mean,
ano mo,
it's
di
2
na
HP
ano,
right?
bulungan
Really
mo pre.
unfortunate. Now, map and series point.
Kailangan ano eh. May buhok kasi.
Math is 9 of those.
Mag-Valorant
That's
Ayaw gumana oh.
number for Team
Mag-Valorant
Secret.
daw tayo. Magaling ka daw mag-sky.
Yes,
Bulag
Team
pat ka
Secret
kampe.
very well could be their final buy.
Sabi nung coffee.
Desperately trying to hold
Oh,
on for
ano
control.
kasi yun,
While Laura will be
strategy.
able to walk away with one frag.
Strategy yun. Pag masyadong magaling yung kakampi mo, kailangan mo bulagin.
Oh, but Dambi will do what he just does as well. Slides on forward and finds the second one as well. Down on towards Envy, who unfortunately gets taken
Rush na
down
talaga sila, madam.
with the trade protocols
Si
coming up from Nongshim.
Bash!
Oh, well,
Kalma
Laura,
lang!
you gotta try and get
Kalma
ahead
lang,
of the
White
curve
Oreo
here.
Jesse
You're
Bash,
nowhere
kaya
near
niyan.
Jesse Vash to get any
He
trade. You're
attempts for it,
taking
but
down.
unfortunately, yes, the heads-up duel handed over on towards Persia. Just Jesse Vash left alive, and he tries to take more space
Yun na
around
talaga.
the garage, but the door gets shut in his
Kuha na
face.
talaga, madam.
The final score on the map, 13-3.
GG's.
It's a quick 2-0 sweep coming out from Nongshim Red Force.
Yeah, they're going to be absolutely chuffed that they're able to pick up this one quite convincingly as well, right? We're sort of questioning the loss against Talon.
GG's
The
Team
loss that they
Secret.
did have. That was a pretty
Huwag
close
kayong
series,
mag-alala.
a little bit. That one got me extremely
Nagduduel.
excited. So now they'll seat themselves on this 2-2 mark to
Grabe
see
no,
how they're going to
sobrang
perform
close fight.
against
Hindi sila
Zeta
tatambakan
Division,
pa rin
because you
ng
got to remember,
bombe.
Team Nongshim are in
Yeah,
this
yun
sort
na,
of
out-
spot
ano
where
lang
if they
sila.
do get these match wins, they
Nagsunod-sunod.
qualify towards the
Naglalag kasi
playoffs.
yung ano.
Yeah, definitely.
Yung server nila, tingin ko may inaano sa PC na ginagamit nila eh.
As compared to last week's against Talon, I mean the
Pinapasak
improvements,
na iba.
especially when you just
Secret,
stick
ano yan,
Gabby on the
experience?
end. You know
Great
Big Time's
experience
gonna
pa rin
love
yan,
that.
tsaka
But
lesson
also
learned yan sa
for
mga
Francis and
common
Ivy to
mistakes
step
natin
up so much more as well.
Hindi kasi,
Yeah, I mean,
hindi gumana
Francis
yung
on number one
telekinesis
had an
ko.
absolutely
Guys.
impactful performance, and on this
Kailangan
one,
ko na kasi na ano, may buhok kasi ako ngayon eh.
really pivotal on a lot of that utility.
Kailangan pala yung isa.
Yeah,
Ay, ayaw gumana pala, hindi gumagana, ganon.
How they were able to pilot that around the maps, especially on towards
No?
split. So of course, allowing them to take their bow. We do have to say goodnight to Team Secret, however. So
Professor Y? Professor L?
Stage 2, but for now, it's just the
Bakit
Nugget
Y?
all the way through where we head
Bakit?
over
Ah,
onto the
habang
victory
eh.
interview.
Babae na naman.
Good game, Leo Mio. Keep hoping and always
And
heads
that
up.
is Nongshim
Mo!
back for
Tugade!
the
Buti
guys
pa
with
yun,
a
ang tino.
3-2-0 win up on the stage. I'm gonna have Francis. Come on over here, Francis. Massive congrats. Now, with this win, you guys
Grabe, parang ang
boost
bigat,
the
no?
playoff
Parang ikaw din yung
goals.
naglalaro
So
sa
can
Team
you talk to us
Secret.
about how it feels?
Kaya nga
to
na,
have that
natitig
second
talaga
win
ako
on
sa
the
screen
board?
ko eh.
프란시스 선수 너무 축하드리고요.
Talagang sangyup talaga kung manalo eh.
그런 요소가 있었던
Pag hindi,
경기였고 또
edi-
그만큼
Sangyup pa din, gutom ako eh.
이 친구한 소감부터 들어보고 싶습니다.
Nagutom yun.
일단 이번 경기를 졌으면은 플레이오프
아,
가서도
똔똔똔
위험한
사고.
포지션에서 시작하기 때문에
Bayan,
굉장히
tonton sahur.
중요한 경기라 생각해서
Tuntun sahur?
이겨서 다행입니다.
Alam mo
This game
yun.
was crucial for
Hindi.
us.
Ano yun?
Partly because even if we do make it to playoffs,
Pati nga ako ng pinkish mong, eh siya, bakit ba ganyan kang klaseng babae?
playoffs, so it really
Kaya si
does mean
Arcel
a lot,
dyan.
and I think it just
Diba?
means more
Normal
than
day
just one
in,
win
ano
up
yan,
on the board for
Yung
us.
Mia's live
Now,
stream.
it kind of looked like things
Formal
were getting
day,
a little
kasalanan
bit
nyo
better
lahat.
for you guys. You
Ba't
know, but you
nadadamay
guys
ako?
snapped out of that
Hindi ka kasama, madam.
What do you
Sabi ng
guys
normal day.
think that you guys
Akala ko may binasa ka, madam eh.
you guys came
What?
up with? 상당히 킥오프에 비해서 약간의 침체기를
나가,
맞이했나
나가요.
하는 의견도 있었거든요. 팀끼리는 어떤 진단을 내렸는지도 들어보고
GG's pa rin.
싶네요.
아, binap-
일단 예전 어센션에서는
GG's.
네온 메타였기 때문에
GG's guys,
저희가
GG's.
확실히
Nice try pa rin, pero ang ganda ng
우위를 가지고
first game talaga.
했었는데 요즘은 메타가
Sayang lang hindi na
변하기도
tuloy-tuloy
했고
yung momentum
저희가
kasi.
근데 그 메타에
Nag-only.
적응을 못한 것 같아서
Kasi
저번 탈론전
hindi
끝나고 나서
nag-telekinesis eh.
메타에 확실히 적응을
Hindi gumana yung telekinesis ko kasi may buhok, kailangan pala yung isa.
적용해서 한 것
Yung isang ano, yung isang Leo Mio
Back
ko.
when we were competing in extension,
Kailangan
I
yung
mean, we
isang
had the
Leo
upper
Mio.
hand.
Oo, yung naka-semical.
Was the agent that you should go for. But you know, with the upcoming current meta,
Layo,
we
hindi
thought
mo po.
maybe we need to
GG's,
adapt a little bit
GG's.
more. So after our talent series, we really talked
GG's,
about how
boys,
we can
GG's.
thrive in the current meta and make sure that we
Inalat
adapt to
yung
what
wig,
other people are
pinulang sa
doing.
bangis.
And I think it really showed in today's
Sabi
match.
Hindi guys,
Now,
hindi
it
lang
feels
ano,
like
hindi
this.
lang talaga
Of
ako
course, we need to
manekta
come
yung
up with,
signal doon kasi may
solutions
buhok ako
in-game,
ngayon.
But it's also important to keep the morals high.
May buhok ka.
So what were the
Ginamit mo yung
talks? What were the
parang
vibes
kalbo.
like as well? 일단 뭐
Kaya madam,
시간을 내리는
may buhok nga kaya ayaw ko
것도
kumonekta ng
사실
signal.
팀으로서 팀 분위기를
Yung telekinesis,
유지하는
hindi
것도
gumana.
중요했을 것 같아요. 그동안 팀끼리는 어떤 얘기를 하면서 오늘의 승리를
Pero
준비했을까요?
guys, you did your best. Sana, ano,
일단 쭉
Bumalik kayo sa
퍼스피드에
Valorant
오고
ulit.
나서부터 저희 팀
papanoorin
Mm.
ulit namin ni Leo Mio yung
어센션보다는 간절함이
galing nyo,
떨어진 것
guys.
같아서 감독
Comeback,
코치진
comeback.
쪽에서
Ang problema doon,
좀
ano lang,
동기부여를
ano ba, warm
해주시고
up lang nila
그렇게
ngayon talaga eh.
다독여 주셔서 잘
Warm up lang nila yan.
그런 것
Parang na
같습니다.
yung sinabi.
Ilalaro lang
I
nila.
feel like compared to
Go
Ascension, we weren't getting the same level of motivation.
Diba napakaroon ng pera, Asia?
And told us, hey, we can do this and make
Pero
sure
yung sa
to keep
comment mo.
being motivated and never lose that type
Kanina
of
pa
skill
dito,
in
lintik
ourselves.
na to.
And I think that was the final touch that we needed. Well, good luck because you have that Zeta game before making it to playoffs. And for the fans
Grabe,
on site,
GG's,
there will be
guys.
Nongshim fan
GG's,
meeting
guys, nice
downstairs
game.
in the lobby.
Nice.
Ano, may
So
Korean
join them
team
and
naman
give them
yun.
good energy for the upcoming
Dapat,
game.
ano,
And we'll be back with the next
ginamit
game
yung
too.
pang-Mr.
오늘 인터뷰
Clean.
감사하고요.
ayun na.
네, 프란시스 선수
Mr. Clean.
다음 경기도 파이팅 하시고 또
Mr.
1층에서
Clean,
Hindi umabot talaga yung signal guys eh. Kasi may buhok eh. Hindi umabot.
바라겠습니다. 관객 여러분들께서는 또 농심 팬미팅 참여하셔서
GG's,
많은
guys.
응원과
Thanks for
또
watching our live,
여러분들을 위한,
guys.
힘을
GG.
Thank you for watching guys no.
저희는 이제 인터뷰 마치고
Thank you for watching.
저는 다음 경기로 돌아오도록
Thank you for
하겠습니다.
watching, guys, no?
Kahit wala akong napala sa inyo. Puro stress lang.
Nagtitinko pero nagagalit yan. GG's, guys.
GG's. Papasik. Lumayas ka, hindi kita kailangan.
Nongshim finding a little bit of their former selves once again with
GG's
this
boys,
match
GG's,
versus Team
GG's.
Secret.
Kita-kits na lang tayo mamaya kapag kaya ng mental.